Wrapping up the Lehigh Valley IronPigs pregame show, Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. IronPigs and RailRiders almost set for Game 4 this 6-game set. IronPigs looking to bounce back from their first loss of the series as Scranton Wilkes-Barre handily took care of business last evening, 5-1 the final. Elmer Rodriguez simply electric for Scranton with 7 scoreless innings, completely stymieing the IronPigs as they suffer their first loss since the 19-0 defeat back on Saturday up in Worcester. So today, a new day, a new dawn, and the Pigs will try to rebound with Brian Keller on the mound against Adam Kloffenstein for Scranton. IronPigs coming in at 20-22 in the second half. That puts them at 7 games back of Indianapolis in the top spot in the second half. While the RailRiders at 25-15, still just 1 game back in third place behind the Indians. Let's get the starting lineups now, brought to you by PSECU. PSECU, remembers, achieve more. For the RailRiders, Anthony Volpe leads things off for a 4th straight game. He will play second base. Jason Dominguez, the center fielder, he'll be batting second. Batting third, Max Schumann, he's in left field. JC Escarra, DHing, bats fourth. Oswaldo Cabrera, the shortstop, bats out of the 5-hole. Then Yanquiel Fernandez in right field, bat sixth. Mitch Garver signed earlier this week, or I think it was back on Sunday, to a minor league deal by the Yankees after he was released by the Mariners. Makes his Yankees organizational debut today here at the RailRiders. He will bat 7th and do the catching. Hitting 8th, Ernesto Martinez, he's the first baseman. Martinez, what position is Martinez playing? What did I write down wrong here? Martinez over at first base, and will load eventually for me. Martinez at first base, then Hardman at third base. That's what I wrote down wrong. So Tyler Hardman will bat 9th and play third base, and that's the starting 9 for the RailRiders with Adam Kloffenstein on the mound. We'll get you the Pig starting 9 on the other side of this break as Brian Keller and the boys have just taken the field, which means it's time for a national anthem brought to you by Allied Personnel Services. Visit AlliedPS.com today to see all the great jobs available. We'll go ahead and take one final break. When we come back, it'll be time for first pitch. IronPigs and RailRiders, Game 4 is coming up next here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Please welcome. IronPigs baseball on the IronPigs Radio Network.
And Fergus swings. It's a high drive deep center. Credit going back to the track at the wall. Hey, Fergus, he wins it. It's Fergalicious.
IronPigs baseball is brought to you by Air Products, Ebron, Capital Blue Cross, coca-cola, Cyan Sky Copiers.
Castro swings and unloads. Deep down the line. It's gone. Game tying back-to-back homers for the IronPigs.
Eastern Lift Truck Company, Good Shepherd Rehabilitation, Hilton Garden Inn, and Staybridge Suites.
The 1 pitch, Rincon swings and blasts it. Deep right center. He's staring. He's watching. It's gone. A 3-run no-doubter for Gabe Rinconez.
Leader of the pack, Lehigh Valley Health Network, NJM Insurance, Richmore Florists.
3-2. Sayer swings, drives in the air towards left. It's falling fast. Reyes hustling in into a slide to the sliding catch. Felix Reyes. Get on your horse, big boy.
Riverview Country Club, Robertson Insurance, Service Electric, St. Luke's Health Network, TD Bank, The Morning Call, and WFMZ 69 News.
The 3-2 pitch. Anthony swings. It's a line drive deep right. Daly Cruz back to the track. It's off the wall. Coming to score Antigua. Wilson behind him. And Anthony wins it.
Now, let's go live to the Cyan Sky broadcast booth with the voice of the IronPigs, Sam Jelinek.
Beautiful rendition of our national anthem brings us into Lehigh Valley IronPigs baseball. Hi everybody, Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth as the IronPigs and RailRiders ready for Game 4. This 6-game set, IronPigs trying to bounce back from a Thursday night defeat, 5-1 the final. Scranton scoring first in the 4th and then 2 more in the 5th, 1 in the 6th to run away with that one, while Elmer Rodriguez, 7 scoreless innings to lead the way for Scranton, gave them their first victory of the week. IronPigs will try to take a strong 3-1 series lead into the weekend. They will hope that Brian Keller will pitch them into that position here today. Keller making his first start since what could probably be termed as the worst start of his career last Saturday on the road in Worcester, a Saturday afternoon that Brian Keller would like to forget. Got just one out as he gave up 5 runs to the Woo Sox, unable to get out of the first. And Keller, now at 0-3 on the season, it ballooned his ERA to 4.39 with the Pigs. Gets the ball for Lehigh Valley. Defensively, this is how they will stack up behind him. It's Tommy Pham in left. Colby Thomas gets the start in center. Felix Reyes in right. Carter Keyboom's over at third base. Dylan Moore, the shortstop. Robert Moore at second base. Keaton Anthony at first. Paul McIntosh does the catching for Brian Keller, the right-handed pitcher on the mound for the IronPigs. Keller, 6'3", 210-pound righty out of Germantown, Wisconsin. Signed as a minor league free agent with the Phillies earlier this season, back in mid-May. Made one kind of quasi-rehab start with the Rookie League FCL Phillies and then joined the IronPigs, ramping up, and then went on a torrid stretch which culminated in his Major League debut just a couple weeks back on July the 25th, actually against the RailRiders parent club, the New York Yankees. So Keller ready to go. As Anthony Volpe strides to the plate to lead things off for a 4th consecutive game here. A little bit of overcast skies here on Friday night. Some threatening dark ones off on the horizon, but far enough away from here that we shouldn't have to worry about anything. First pitch on the way from Keller. This is just outside for ball 1, and we are underway. Just a minute late. 6:46 first pitch. Game time temp, 85 degrees. Keller the wind, 1-0. Volpe swings, fouls the cutter back. Keller with a 4-pitch mix that is predominantly focusing on the fastball, 4-seam fastball, cutter, sinker, sweeper. Works on the first base side of the rubber, chest facing the third base bag. Steps off into the windup, 1-1 to the plate. Just up and away, called a ball, but Paul McIntosh is going to challenge this. Paul's been very good challenging this year, hitting at about a 67% clip when he's challenging one behind the plate, and upon review, he's gotten this one right. So the call of the field is overturned, and it's 1-2 on Anthony Volpe. Volpe hitting .242, 2 homers, 8 RBIs, playing his 16th game of the year with the RailRiders. Keller the wind, the 1-2, fastball called, strike 3. Top of the zone, outer half, gets Volpe looking. Good job by Keller, off and running here, strikeout to begin his day. One away in the top of the first, brings up Jason Dominguez. Keller, the kind of stoic individual on the mound that you know that his last start isn't going to carry over or bleed into his next start. First pitch fastball to Jason Dominguez is on the outside corner, 0-1. What he struggled with against Worcester last week was not quite a lack of command, but it was a lack of chase and a lack of swing and miss. 0-1 pitch. Dominguez swings and misses, sinker off the plate, gets him chasing. It's 0-2. The Woo Sox did a marvelous job of, when Keller would even get ahead in the count against them, fouling pitches off, laying off of pitches out of the zone, and essentially forcing him to come into the zone where he was either going to get hit or continue to nibble and end up walking guys. The 0-2. Sinker down low. A ball, 2 strikes. In his third of an inning last Saturday, Keller gave up 4 hits, all of them singles, and 3 walks. 1-2 on Dominguez, hitting .294. Open stance from the left side. The 1-2 homie hits it in the air. Shallow center field. Thomas started back, now comes in. Shortstop Moore is out there. He'll make the call himself. Put it away. Retire Dominguez. 2 away in the top of the first. Keller coming in, 41 innings of work, 41 strikeouts, 17 walks. He's given up 35 hits. 2 up, 2 down to begin the game. Brings up Max Schumann. Keller wants a new baseball before the first pitch. Schumann hitting .255, 2 homers, driven in 13. What's his 31st game of the year for Scranton? Right now, shadows covering all the way out beyond the mound from home plate. Outfield and sunshine, rest of the infield aside from third base. covered in sun as well here. First pitch on the way to Schumann. Fastball yanked down and away. Ball 1. 2 outs. Top of the first. Right on right matchup with Schumann. Keller the wind. The 1-0 pitch. Fastball up. Checked his swing. He lays off. IronPigs playing in the Friday Fauxbacks here this evening. Their classic Friday uniforms of the past couple years. Cream-colored jerseys, cream-colored pants. IronPigs in red script. Across the front, 2-0 pitch. Schumann off the hands, weak ground ball to short. On the backhand, more glove sets the feet. On target, throw to first. Gets Schumann by a couple of steps. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Brian Keller. That 1-2-3 frame brought to you by Mates Home Services. For your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, visit mateshomeservice.com to book your appointment today. We go to the bottom of the first. It's the RailRiders nothing, and the IronPigs coming to bat. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
East Honda Studios. This is Fox Sports Radio. Clinton Aquin and Wilkes-Barre. Easton Honda, 2 trusted names. One goal, 5-star customer service.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 12-hour sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture on the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now and pay later with Ashley's no-interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving away prizes every hour. Big savings, big giveaways, and one big day to shop. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Saturday, only at Ashley.
We're celebrating 25 years of covering Lehigh Valley sports. Brought to you by Lincoln Tech. Build the skills to start your career. Visit lincolntech.edu. Moments like Saucon Valley Country Club hosting a U.S. Women's Open and the U.S. Senior Open Golf Tournament, covering the biggest moments in Lehigh Valley sports for 25 years. This is Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM and 12:30 a.m. in Easton.
You're listening to IronPigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM, 12:30 a.m. and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the first, it's the RailRiders nothing, and the IronPigs coming to bat here in the bottom of the first. IronPigs will have Tommy Pham, Rafael Marchand, and Felix Reyes coming up to hit against Adam Kloffenstein on the mound for the RailRiders. Kloffenstein 2-8 with a 5.57 ERA. Here's the lineup that he'll face for the Pigs, brought to you by PSECU. PSECU, where members achieve more. It'll be Tommy Pham to lead things off, then Rafael Marchand continuing his Good Shepherd rehabilitation assignment. Felix Reyes hits third, and playing right. Keaton Anthony, the first baseman, bats fourth. Then Carter Keyboom at third. Colby Thomas in left, or in center field rather. Dylan Moore, the shortstop. Paul McIntosh catching, and Robert Moore at second base. First pitch to Tommy Pham misses, and Kloffenstein's day is underway here. Tommy Pham batting on the leadoff spot. 1-0 pitch. Pham swings and misses. A ball and a strike. For Pham, it's the first time this year he's hit out of the leadoff spot. He has only hit this year third, fourth, or fifth. For the Pigs, most predominantly out of the third spot. 1-1. Pham chops it off his foot. Foul ball. 1-2. Pham 0 for 3 last night with a walk. Started every game this week, hitting .237 with the IronPigs, a .760 OPS. 1-2, sweeper down the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kloffenstein, 6'5", 245-pound righty. Uses just 3 pitches: sinker, sweeper, curveball. 2-2 pitch. Pham waits out the sweeper, lines it the other way into right center, down for a base hit. Towards the alley, Fernandez will cut it off, fire it back in, and Tommy Pham begins the Pigs half of the first, the base hit. Kloffenstein last time out took his 3rd loss in 4 starts, gave up 7 runs over 4 innings to Rochester. Tied a season high with 6 walks. 3 strikeouts, only 3 hits. Man at first for Rafael Marchand. DHing here today. Swings the first one, lines that into right field for another base hit. Pham up to second base. He'll stop there as Fernandez with a cannon fires a one-hop strike back in. The Pigs off and running here, back-to-back singles to open the bottom of the first. Great to see Marchand swinging a good bat, even though that's not his primary function up the big leagues as the backup catcher. He had been struggling so much hitting-wise to begin the year that just to see him make some hard contact back down here at the AAA level on his rehab assignment, a good sign. 2 on and nobody out for Felix Reyes, who will take his timeout before the at-bat even commences. Kloffenstein originally drafted in the 3rd round by the Blue Jays in 2018 out of high school. First pitch on the way, breaking ball bends up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. He's making his 20th start of the year here. 84 innings, 73 strikeouts, 52 walks. He's allowed 15 homers of his 75 hits. 1-0 pitch. Reyes with a high chopper to third. On the bounce, it's gloved by Hardman. Goes to second, 1, relay to first in time. 5-4-3 double play. Takes the wind out of the sails a bit for the Pigs here. Pham does advance over to third, and with 2 away in the inning, brings up Keaton Anthony. Defensively for the RailRiders, it's Max Schumann in left, Jason Dominguez in center field, Yanquiel Fernandez in right, Tyler Hardman at third, Oswaldo Cabrera the shortstop, Anthony Volpe at second base, Ernesto Martinez at first, and Mitch Carver making his RailRiders debut, doing the catching for Kloffenstein. First pitch to Keaton Anthony, sweeper at 82, misses down and away, ball 1. Kloffenstein will sit in the mid to low 90s with the fastball, low 80s with the off-speed pitches. 1-0 coming. Anthony takes another sweeper down the dirt. Ball 2. 2 singles, a double play, has Pham at third, 2 outs. And Keaton Anthony at the plate. Didn't play last night, hitting .273 this season with 7 homers, 32 RBIs. Had his 7th homer and drove in 3 back on Wednesday night. 2-0 pitch. Sinker just nips the inside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Outfield shades Anthony a step or 2 the other way, especially Dominguez in center field. Kloffenstein from the first base side kicks and offers. Breaking ball bends in. Off the plate, Anthony lays off. 3 balls and a strike. Kloffenstein working at a pretty rapid fire pace here. Just gets his sign, comes set, doesn't dilly-dally. 3-1 pitch. Anthony with a hard ground ball to third, staying down in it. Hardman vacuums it up, on target throw across the diamond. In time to get Anthony in the inning over. Pigs get a pair of hits to start the frame, but leave Pham over at third base. We're on to the second, scoreless after an inning of play. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
The scoreboard. Our hopes and dreams rest on the outcome, but it doesn't show the sacrifice it takes to win, or the pain of accepting defeat. Because the real score isn't about points. It's about how many times you come back from impossible odds. Here for all the moments that matter. The name trusted for over 80 years and accepted by top doctors and specialists. Capital Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Why does it always say paper jam when there's no paper jam?
Hi there.
Who are you and why are you in our office space?
I'm Cy, your friendly copier helper guy. There you go. You're all set.
Whoa, Cy, that was awesome.
Thanks. Better service is on the horizon with Science Sky copiers.
Science Sky Service, they hit it out of the park. If you need help with your office copiers and printers, call Science Sky today or find them at scienceskycopiers.com.
Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Linda Cordy. I work in human resources and air products. I live in Nazareth, Pennsylvania, and I'm proud to support MDA.
Air Products. Working here, living here, giving.
Hi, IronPigs fans. I'm Nick Minica. I work in hydrogen energy systems and air products. I live in Zionsville, and I'm proud to support Community Micro.
Air Products. Working here, living here, giving. You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the second inning, scoreless after an inning of play between the IronPigs and the RailRiders. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. Brian Keller, 1-2-3 first, only took him 11 pitches. Back out here for the second. So, Brian, if he had any raw feelings about his last inning, last just a third of a frame, certainly so far today it looks completely back to normal now. First pitch to J.C. Escarra. It's a cutter on the outside corner for a called strike. Escarra, Cabrera, and Fernandez 2 up. 0-1 pitch, Escarra, high drive, deep center field, chasing Thomas back to the edge of the track. Will camp under it, put the squeeze on it, retire Escarra. 1 away to begin the second, 4 up and 4 down for Brian Keller. Brian has had a bit of a roller coaster since he's made his return back to the IronPigs. Keller making his Major League debut, long-awaited Major League debut, some decade plus in the making. Against the Yankees at the end of July, made his first start back for the IronPigs on August the 2nd. Against the Buffalo Bisons. Faces Oswaldo Cabrera here, switch hitter, batting left-handed. Wind and the pitch. Fastball pops the mitt, outside corner. No balls and a strike. And that start actually started out beautifully for Keller, where he threw 3 perfect innings to begin the game. Then ran into trouble second time through the order. 0-1 pitch is down and away, a ball and a strike. Ended up giving up 4 runs in the 4th and 2 more in the 5th. Got bounced before that inning could even come to a close. First base side, down the hill. Cabrera swings, fouls it off. 1-2. His start last week against the Woo Sox was kind of just a continuation of what the end of his start against the Bisons had been. Now seems back in control of things. 1-2. Cabrera, hard ground ball to second to his right. Robert Moore able to backhand it down to a knee, slings it over to first. Plenty of time to get Cabrera. 2 away in the second. Brings up Yanquiel Fernandez. Just a little bit more loud contact against Keller, but fine in the strike zone. Never a bad thing. Have some baseballs hit right at guys. So 2 outs and the base is clear here for Yanquiel Fernandez. Left-handed hitter. First pitch on the way. Cutter busts him up and in. Tucks his knuckles out of the way of it. 1 ball, no strikes. Fernandez hit his 20th homer of the season this week. 68 RBIs, hitting .259 on the year. 1-0 pitch. Sinker runs outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Scoreless for the moment. Top of the second inning. 5 up and 5 down for Brian Keller. Stretches his arms up above his head. Now settles in, stretches, or winds and deals. 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle. 2 balls and a strike. Every time Keller goes to toe the rubber, he almost does a bit of a tricep stretch, throws his hands over his head, kind of reaches back down and scratches his back. 2-1, Fernandez big swing, fouls it off. 2-2. Every guy's got a little bit of a quirk when it comes to their windup. Drake Fellows raises his arms out in front of himself. You know, Andrew Painter would always peek in over his glove a little bit. For Keller, it's stretching out behind his head. When he toes the rebel, he'll kind of bounce back and forth a little bit, bobbing on the mound. Has his sign from Paul McIntosh, deals the 2-2 off the hands. Fernandez fouls it away. And a good sign today, I think, for Keller is that last pitch, his fastball velo at 94 there. Brian will mostly sit 91 to 93, so already kind of out of that realm, feeling pretty fresh. Try another 2-2 here to Yanquiel Fernandez. Infield playing to the pull side before the pitch. Time is called, and it is a pitch clock violation on Brian Keller. Home plate umpire Darius Gotti making the call, and that will run it full on Fernandez here. 2 outs, top of the second. Keller trying to retire his 6th straight, the 3-2. Popped in the air down the left field side, slicing into seats. Count remains 3-2. Fernandez in the very back of the box, feet close together. Keller down the hill. Fernandez fouls away another. Fernandez did this last night. It was against Mitch Noonborn in the 6th. Ended up singling and scoring what ended up being a 10-pitch at-bat. will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Scoreless game. Top of the second. Keller has gone 5 up and 5 down. 9th pitch to the AB. Here it is. Fernandez swings. Line drive right center field. Down for the first hit of the game for the RailRiders. Thomas cuts it off the alley. Fires it in. Holds Fernandez to just a single. Extends the second with a 9-pitch at-bat. Singling off of Keller. Brings up Mitch Garver. Garver making his Yankees organizational debut here. Been released by the Mariners, who actually just claimed Willie McIver off of waivers, who had been DFA'd by the Blue Jays. So the Mariners swapping out their backup catchers. Garver, been let loose, had been with the Mariners for the past 2 seasons, including this year. Takes the pitch down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. This year with the M's, he actually had been worth half a win above replacement, but hitting just a .175 with a .596 OPS. 1-0 pitch, just off the plate. Ball 2. Garver has been a longtime Major League catcher going back to 2017 with the Twins when he came up. 2019 Silver Slugger when he hit 31 homers, had a .995 OPS. Right-handed hitter has Fernandez at first. Keller slide step home. Cutter just above the belt, off the plate. 3 balls, no strikes. And McIntosh going to challenge this. Paul already 1 for 1 challenging, trying to go 2 for 2, and he has. Good challenge, call on the field overturned. Did just clip the very top of the zone on the outside corner. 2-1 on Mitch Garver. 2 outs, top of the second. Fernandez at first. Garver, very silent stance, wiggles the bat a touch. The 2-1 off the hands, pops it up. Out into shallow left towards the line. Shortstop Moore is out, calls off Pham coming in from left. Makes the catch, and the inning over. Keller works around his first base runner of the game, getting Garver to pop up, and we go to the bottom of the second. Still scoreless here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 12-hour sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture and the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now and pay later with Ashley's no-interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving away prices every hour. Big savings, big giveaways, and one big day to shop. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Saturday only at Ashley.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill, I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money. Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away. Albert can get me up to $10,000? Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run. I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000. Use code PLAN to borrow up to $10,000.
You're listening to IronPigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 a.m., and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the second inning, scoreless game between the IronPigs and the RailRiders. Adam Kloffenstein back to work, gave up back-to-back singles to begin the bottom of the first, but a pair of groundouts to the third, including a double play. Got him out of that jam. Carter Kieboom leads it off for the Pigs in the second. 5, 6, and 7, 2 up against Kloffenstein, who certainly has a history against the IronPigs. First pitch fastball misses off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. The last time the Pigs saw Kloffenstein, it was June the 12th. Game that, well, had a fair bit of fireworks. 1-0 pitch. Kieboom swings and misses. A ball and a strike. Kieboom, or rather Kloffenstein, Went 5 innings that day, gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and what the line does not mention there is that he also hit 4 batters. 1-1, up and in on Keyboom, 2 balls and a strike. Kloffenstein hitting 4 batters was the culmination of 10 hit-by pitches the IronPigs absorbed that day in a doubleheader. 2-1, Keyboom a bouncer, foul down the third base side, 2-2. And it was the 4th of those hit-by pitches that Felix Reyes took, that Felix took exception to, stared down Kloffenstein, both benches then cleared. Shouting, shoving, and yelling ensued in the middle of the diamond. Bullpen streamed in, 2-2. Keyboom takes changeup down low. It's a full count. Managers got in each other's faces. Ejections were issued. By the time it was all said and done, both Tank and Shelly Duncan had been ejected. Felix Reyes was tossed from the game. Duke Ellis was also ejected. 3-2, swing and a miss. Sinker down and in, gets Keyboom swinging for the first out of the second inning. Brings up Colby Thomas. Later in the game, Peter Strzelecki would hit Otto Kemp and get ejected for that. Bryce Wilson, for arguing Strzelecki to get ejected, also got ejected for the IronPigs with the bench, even though he wasn't even in the game. Here's Colby Thomas. Base is clear, 1 out. First pitch, up and in, goes all the way to the backstop. A ball, no strikes. Suspensions were handed out after the fact. Both Tank and Shelly suspended for 3 games. Felix was suspended for 1 game. There's been just a little bit of a pall hanging in the air. 1-0 pitch, it's down and in, ball 2. Since this is the first series that these two teams have played since then, the rest of that series in Moosic was played with a certain air of contempt for each other, and that certainly hung around here. 2-0 pitch, Thomas punches it in the air. How to play down the first base side and into the seats. 1 out, base is empty, scoreless for the moment. Bottom of the second. Base is clear for Colby Thomas, hitting 182 with the IronPigs. No homers, driven in a run. 2-1 pitch. Thomas takes, sinker down the dirt. 3 balls and a strike. Colby, it's been a quiet series, just 1 for 11 coming into the day. Kloffenstein from the first base side, the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Chase the breaking ball off the plate. 3-2. The odd thing about Kloffenstein's last start against the Pigs when he hit Felix was that ultimately Kloffenstein himself was not ejected in that moment. He was allowed to remain in the game, which turned into even more fireworks because the Pigs were trailing 3-2 at the time. 3-2, Thomas a hard ground ball, but right to Oswaldo Cabrera playing in the hole at short, gets a room service hop, fires to first, on target to get Thomas 2 away in the second. After Kloffenstein hit Reyes, I forgot who ended up pinch running for Felix, but a batter or 2 later, Keaton Anthony launched a 2-run go-ahead homer. He took his time staring down Kloffenstein around the bases. Certainly the Pigs dugout was letting Kloffenstein hear it. It was a bit of a exclamation point that really made the moment feel even more surreal after the lengthy delay that we had to endure because of the benches clearing incident. First pitch to Dylan Moore, misses up high. 1-0 on Moore, 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the second. Even though nobody on either of these 2 teams was here, there was also a benches clearing incident here at Coca-Cola Park back in 2022. 1-0 pitch. Dylan takes at the knees, outside corner, a ball and a strike. 4 years ago, IronPigs pitcher ended up hitting Max McDowell, who would actually go on to play for the IronPigs a couple years later, hit him in the head, and that led to a benches clearing, not just incident, but a brawl. Pitch home to Moore, breaks his bat on a short fly ball, shallow left center. Good jump from Schumann in left, though. He tracks it down on a dead sprint back towards the infield. Moore retired, and the inning over. Pigs down in order in the second. We go to the third, scoreless here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
That's why nationwide's on your side.
to-do list you have needs one more thing: chill. Take the afternoon off, binge watch anything, go to happy hour, and stay for a couple hours. Whatever you do it with a Coors Light. Alcohol refreshment, made to chill. 2020 Coors Brewing Company, Colorado. Celebrate responsibly.
Score update presented by Ashley. After 2 innings at Coca-Cola Park tonight, no score between the IronPigs and the RailRiders. Around the rest of the league, Rochester leads Charlotte 1-0 in the top of the third. While the second of 2 games played today between Syracuse and Jacksonville. No score going bottom 1. Bottom of the second, Tyrrell Gwinnett leads Norfolk there. Also in the bottom of the second inning, Durham tonight. Bulls lead the Memphis Redbirds 2-0. 1-1 tie in the top of the second between Buffalo and Worcester. Scoreless bottom first. The contest between Columbus and Omaha. Top of the first just underway. Louisville and Toledo, no score. At 7:35 tonight, Nashville will be matching up against Indianapolis. Postponed due to rain were Iowa and St. Paul. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow. While a completion of a suspended game from yesterday saw Jacksonville down Syracuse 4-2. Scoreless going top 3 at Coca-Cola Park. We go back to Sam Jelnick.
Thank you, Jack. Like you said, scoreless after 2 innings of play here between the Pigs and the RailRiders. Ryan Keller looking much sharper than what he was last week in Worcester. Never really a question that Brian would round back into form, but the fact he's done it so quickly and in pretty emphatic fashion here, always a very nice sight. Whether or not it's a motivating factor that Keller facing his original organization, he was originally drafted by the Yankees in a round that has ceased to exist for a very long time here. Keller drafted out of the University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. First pitch home to Ernesto Martinez. Swung on and fouled back in the 39th round of the 2016 MLB draft. MLB draft shortened to 20 rounds in 2022 or 2021 after 5-round draft in 2020. 0-1 pitch to Martinez, batting left-handed, drives in the air deep down the right field line, hooking though a foul ball at home run distance, but stays foul, and it's 0-2. What's funny about the 36th round of that year's MLB draft is that every team makes a pick that round. You have to, you can't just pass. 0-2, Martinez reaching for it, fouls it back. But of the guys drafted, typically in that range, they don't end up signing. It's typically high school kids who have strong commitments to college, but because it's such a late round, a team will take a flyer and see whether or not they can convince them otherwise. Keller was one of 7 players to actually have signed in the 39th round that year. 0-2, down and in. Martinez steps out of the way. A ball, 2 strikes. Of those that signed, Keller is the only one to have even reached the majors for a minute. 1-2 pitch. Martinez, a liner the other way. Keyboom leaping to his left, in and out of his glove. Tries to barehanded, bobbles it again, and it's down on the ground, and it'll probably be a base hit. It is for Ernesto Martinez. Just squirted out of Keyboom's glove. He's kind of looking up at the lights. I'm not sure if that ball knuckled on him or what happened there. But he leapt up for it. Yeah, just rolled up the fingers of his glove, fell down to the ground. Martinez with the leadoff base hit here for the RailRiders. There are a couple other major leaguers from the 39th round that year, but they didn't sign. First pitch to Tyler Hardman. This is outside for ball 1. J.J. Bleday, who would go on to be actually a first-round pick, was drafted by the Padres. Obviously did not sign. Matt Mervis, Ryan Watson. (1-0) to Hardman, swung on and fouled back. Hardman got the scoring going last night with a 2-run homer off of Tucker Davidson in the 4th. This is 10th of the year, now 23 homers in the year in total for him. He hit 13 with Somerset before his promotion. Sitting 238 with the RailRiders, a 748 OPS in all. (1-1). Hardman a ground ball over to third. Keyboom a second chance. Gloves going to his left. Throws the second one. Relay to first in time. 5-4-3 double play. And after the liner just squeaked by Keyboom, able to turn 2 to erase Martinez. Just like that, 2 away here in the 3rd. This is kind of when you know Keller is doing what he does best here, working that fastball to all sides of the plate, sprinkling in the sinker, the cutter, the four-seamer. That time just running the sinker in on the hands of Hardman. Beats it right into the earth. First pitch to Anthony Volpe. Fastball down the middle. No balls and a strike. Outfield straight away on Volpe. Infield straight up here. Keller, first base side, winds, offers, Volpe, chops it on the ground, foul, down the third base side, 0-2. Keller parlayed being a 39th round pick into a lengthy minor league career with the Yankees, which wrapped up after the 2021 season, signed as a free agent with the Red Sox in 2022, spending that whole year with Worcester. 0-2, sweeper, way outside. Volpe not interested. 1-2. Bounced to Japan after that, and if you thought his saga was long then, the injury-riddled years to follow make it all feel easy. 1-2, outside, 2-2. Multiple surgeries, self-funded, rehab, and just working in the lab trying to get himself back, and now here he is, having completed a lifelong dream. 2-2, Volpe fouls it away. Two and two on Anthony Volpe. Scoreless game, top of the third. Keller trying to face the minimum again here. Base is clear, 2 outs. 2-2. Volpe takes up and away. It's a full count. Keller was walking off the mound there. He thought that might have been at the top of the zone. Maybe, maybe not. Pigs have gone 2 for 2 challenging so far. Should not use one there. It's 3-2 on Volpe. Payoff pitch. Volpe swings, Watson in the air, right center field, pretty deep. Thomas on the run, back to the track, at the wall, it's out of here. Solo homer, Anthony Volpe. His third of the season for the RailRiders as he opens the scoring here with a solo shot out to right center. It's 1-0 Scranton in the top of the third. Just the fastball in the very same spot as the prior pitch. Volpe may be sitting on it this time. Drives it out of here. And Scranton on the board, they lead 1-0. Good contingent of Yankees fans on a sold-out Friday night. Making some noise. So solo homer kind of is what it is for Keller. Keller has had a bit of a long ball problem with the IronPigs. That's now the 8th homer he's given up in just about 45 innings of work. First pitch to Jason Dominguez. This is up high, a ball, no strikes. The only run that Keller's allowed at the major league level was actually on a homer to Austin Wells as well. Pitch to Dominguez, fouled back. Dominguez popped out to shortstop his first time up. Sure, for Volpe, that felt pretty good for a lot of different reasons. 1-1. Dominguez off the hands, another pop-up, shallow center field. Thomas comes in a few steps, camps under it, puts it away. Dominguez retired and the inning over, but the RailRiders get the scoring going. Anthony Volpe, a 2-out, 2-strike solo homer, sends us to the bottom of the third. It's 1-0 RailRiders here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 12-hour sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture, the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now and pay later with Ashley's no-interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving low prices every hour. Big savings, big cameras, and one big day to shop. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Saturday.
presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 a.m. and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the third, Iron Pigs in early deficit, down 1-0. Solo homer for Anthony Volpe in the top of the inning, getting the scoring going. It'll be McIntosh, Moore, and Tommy Pham to up against Adam Kloffenstein. First pitch home, a sinker. This is down and in. A ball, no strikes. Kloffenstein's been struggling of late. He's lost 3 of his past 4 decisions. 0-3. 1-0 pitch, it's down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. Over those 4 starts, Kloffenstein's given up 16 runs, 15 earned, 14 walks, 19 hits. Opponents with a .951 OPS against him. 2-0 pitch, misses down and away. 3 balls, no strikes. What he's been able to do so far today, at least, is get ahead in the count and at least not issue walks. He's given up 2 hits, but he's retired 5 in a row right now. 3-0 on McIntosh to begin the third. 3-0 pitch, just in off the plate. It's ball 4, and Paul walks to begin the bottom of the third. Pigs got back-to-back singles to begin the bottom of the first. A double play killed that rally. Brings up Robert Moore. Moore out of the 9 spot. The switch hitter batting left-handed. It's got McIntosh at first. Bob going with a high Red Sox. First pitch. Moore swings and launches a high pop-up. Back beyond third base, up the line. Hardman gets called off by the shortstop. Cabrera makes the catch. Just a step onto the outfield grass. 1 away in the third, and Moore got a pitch to hit. I won't deny him that. But swinging first pitch after a 4-pitch walk to begin the third inning is a less than ideal proposition. And if you are going to swing at that pitch, you better be certain you're going to get a hit. 1 away in the third. Back to the top of the order. Tommy Pham takes the first pitch cutter, fading outside. Runner at first. 1 out. Pham served the single into right center field his first time up. Hovering over the inside corner. Bats from a deep crouch. 1-0 pitch is bounced right back to the mound on a hop. Kloffenstein gloves in and throws it into center field. McIntosh on his way around second. He'll advance to third. And the Pigs, thanks to the error with runners at the corners and just 1 out. Kloffenstein had a double play gift wrapped right back to him. And Kloffenstein just yanked the throw onto the shortstop side of second base. The second baseman Volpe was the one covering there, which with Kloffenstein, the throw was just a little bit towards left. But with Volpe having to come across the bag, they really didn't have a chance to get to it. Pigs to take advantage, first and third. 1 away for Rafael Marchand. Singled his first time up. Switch hitter, batting left-handed. Middle infield at double play depth. Pigs down a run, bottom 3. The first pitch home. Big curveball, bends down low. A ball, no strikes. Marchand continuing his Good Shepherd rehab assignment here. Marchand's rehab brought to you by Good Shepherd Rehabilitation Network. Nationally recognized experts in physical rehab. Pitch home, Pham runs, pitches outside, throw goes through to second, and Pham is out. Perfect throw by Mitch Garver, gets Pham trying to run. The second out of the third. McIntosh has to stay put at third base. Mitch Garver, making fast friends with the RailRiders, throws out the first base runner, trying to steal on him. 2 away, man at third. 2-0 count on Marchand. Pitch was outside to him. 2-0 pitch. This is down and in. 3 balls, no strikes. So a couple of miscues here in the inning for the Pigs. Moore swinging at the first pitch after the 4-pitch walk. Pham caught stealing for the second out. 3-0 pitch, outside corner at the knees. 3 balls and a strike. Marchand slightly open stance. Kloffenstein kicks and deals. Fastball down low. It's ball 4, second walk of the inning. Puts runners at the corners again. now with 2 outs. It'll be up to Felix Reyes. Felix bounced into a 5-4-3 double play his last time up. Felix batting .287, 21 homers, tied for 6th in the league, 70 RBIs, still top 3 in the IL. First pitch, Felix looks at the sweeper, down and away, up ball, no strikes. The man who leads the league in both homers and RBIs, Joshua Baez, the Memphis Redbirds, just got recalled today by the Cardinals. So if he's up for the remainder of the year, 1-0, Felix takes a curveball outside corner, a ball, and a strike. There's a relatively good chance that Felix, if he stays here the rest of the year, could surpass Baez for the lead in both. Baez has built up a pretty wide gap. 1-1. Another breaking ball outside. 2 balls and a strike. Pigs just hoping for Reyes to get a base hit here. First and third, 2 outs. Pigs down a run. Bottom of the third. Game 4 of the series. Pigs open with back-to-back wins. Scranton trying to answer back with back-to-back wins of their own. 2-1. Sinker down and away. Felix not enticed. 3 balls and a strike. Keaton Anthony on deck. Marchand at first, McIntosh at third. Not great speed on the bases. 3-1, and it's inside and it hits Reyes on the hands, which is notable, of course, because it was Reyes and Kloffenstein whose stares at each other created a brouhaha back in Moosic a couple months ago. And Trainer's going to come out, check on Felix here, and looking at the replay, this is not great. And to see Felix react like this with his right hand, or it got him on the wrist. Pitching coach Spencer Meddick's going to go out, talk with Kloffenstein. It's Keita Asaji, the Pigs trainer, checking out Felix. Tank Adamson in there as well. Felix didn't really react like he was in a great deal of pain, but he is also a humongous human being who I imagine has got a pretty fair amount of meat on that bone. Got him on the underside of the right wrist, which if it got him close enough on the forearm, hopefully got more muscle than bone. And testing out his grip strength. Felix still kind of looking at his forearm a little funny here. Tank pointing down towards the end of the bench, I think alerting somebody just in case they need a pinch runner here. Felix hasn't made an indication one way or the other if he is going to stay in the game or not. He's taken off his shin guard now, which would kind of lead me to believe he wants to stay in this game. Hasn't started walking towards first yet. His hit by pitch is low to the bases, and yeah, Felix is going to stay in this game. So good on Felix. This is able to withstand the hit by pitch. The 5th hit batter that Adam Kloffenstein has had against the Pigs this season. And for Kloffenstein in total, that is now 12 hit batters. 5 of the 12 IronPigs. Bases loaded. 2 outs. IronPigs down a run. On 3. Keaton Anthony, the hitter. Grounded to third base sharply his first time up. Outfield shades the other way. Infield straight up. First pitch. Sinker off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. Keaton with the big swing on Wednesday. A 3-run homer. The 1-0. Cutter at the knees, outside corner. A ball and a strike. We interviewed Keaton for the pregame show on Thursday. We kind of talked about the fact that he's been a really good ancillary member of this offense, kind of leading into big moments. 1-1. Keaton swings and rips it on a line left center field, but over to it, Dominguez puts it away. Makes the catch, retires Anthony, in the inning over. Keaton hits it on the screws, 100 miles an hour on the dot, but Dominguez reels it in. And the Pigs leave them loaded here in the third. Go to the fourth, still 1-0 RailRiders here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
At Papa John's, we start with better. No, seriously, every original crust pizza
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Top of the fourth, Iron Pigs still down 1-0. Time for the wrap fourth inning, brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local tri-state Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Pigs. So Brian Kettler back to work for the Pigs after they strand the bases loaded. Bottom of the third. Defensive change to tell you about. Gabe Rincones has taken over in right field for Felix Reyes. Felix, even though he was able to run the bases after being hit by the pitch on the right hand, Keller missing up high to Max Schumann for ball one. Comes out of the game right after. Hopefully more precautionary than anything else. 1-0 pitch. Schumann takes a cutter down the middle, a ball, and a strike. It's the first injury scare that Felix has had this season. And sometimes you get hit by a pitch like that. Now, time called at the plate is Paul McIntosh just a little uneasy behind the plate. Home plate umpire Darius Ghani checking in on him. That's a weird one. One 1-0 on Schumann, grounded out to short. His first time up, chases the high fastball, swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-0 RailRiders, Anthony Volpe, solo homer. Third inning, our only run. So Rincones taking over for Reyes. He's going to be playing in right field. It's Pham in left, Thomas in center, Rincones in right. One and 2 on Max Schumann. Keller just 1 strikeout thus far. 1-2. Fastball up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right on right matchup. Schumann hands behind his head. The 2-2 popped up. Down the right field line, long run for everybody. Rincones into the game now being tested, makes the catch. On the run, ends up sidling up against the tarp. Puts it away in foul territory, losing the cap in the process. And there's 1 away here in the fourth. Gabe with a big smile on his face, I think recognizing the slight touch of irony to be on the bench today. Come right into the game and have to go into a full sprint right away, ending up taking a seat on the tarp. Something that Gabe doesn't get a whole lot of credit for is that he can be a pretty good defensive outfielder. You know, there were some tough moments when he was in the big leagues for the Phillies. I think that was more of navigating an outfield that he hadn't been in before. But at least down here at Coca-Cola Park, first pitch cutter to J.C. Ascaras on the outside corner, 0-1. He's been very comfortable playing right field. Knows the corner very well, knows distance to the foul territory. 0-1. Ascara plays off, down and in, a ball and a strike. One out, base is clear. Ascara flied out to deep center field his first time up. Open stance from the left side. Keller authors. Heater at the knees. A ball, 2 strikes. Keller missed all of 2023, 2024, and 2025. Injuries, some revisions on surgeries. 1-2. Ascara gets way under it, loops it in the air. Right side, shallow right, second baseman Moore calls out he's got it, and he does. Makes the catch. Just a step onto the outfield grass. 2 gone in the fourth. Keller had initially gone to Japan to be in the 2023 season. Came back pretty shortly after needing Tommy John surgery, and that Tommy John led him off on a winding road that included nerve transposition surgery after it for revision. First pitch to Oswaldo Cabrera. Cutter misses above the belt. A ball, no strikes. Surgery that Keller funded out of his own pocket. Said it was about 12 or 13 grand he had to pay. Lines and offers. Cabrera fouls it back. And it's not only the surgery he got himself fund, it's all the rehab that comes after, both, you know, the more normal person rehab of physical therapy, and then the rehab of, you know, trying to be a major league pitcher again. Keller didn't have, you know, a standard baseball day job to get him through that. 1-1, check swing, pitch up and away, appeal to third, he held up. Where a lot of guys, when they train in the offseason, they're able to pay for that because, you just spent 7-8 months of the year playing and earning a salary. Keller was doing it all in pursuit of getting that job again. 2-1, Oswaldo Cabrera swatted in the air down the left field side. Pham racing over towards the sidewall, gets the spot, puts the squeeze on it, retires Cabrera, and it's a 1-2-3-4 for Brian Keller. A Mates 1-2-3 clean inning. For your cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, visit MatesHomeservice.com to book your appointment today. Go bottom four, it's 1-0 RailRiders here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
From the Wilkes-Barre Easton Honda Studios, this is Fox Sports Radio. Clinton Acura and Wilkes-Barre Easton Honda, two trusted names, one goal, 5-star customer service.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 12-hour sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture with the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now and pay later with Ashley's no interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving away prizes every hour. Big savings, big giveaways, and one big day to shop. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Saturday, only at Ashley.
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. These players are battered and exhausted, but you don't hurt like this if you don't care about this team, about this country, about this game.
You can feel the intensity, the goals, the energy, the wow.
Here in the U.S., I have got some news for you. There's so much more to come. My name is Megan Klingberg, and we're just getting started. The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Listen by and follow and listen on your favorite platform.
We're celebrating 25 years of covering Lehigh Valley sports. Brought to you by Lincoln Tech. Build the skills to start your career. Visit lincolntech.edu. Moments like Jimmer Fredette, Jerry McNamara, and other stars competing in the annual summer basketball tournaments at Cedar Beach. Covering the biggest moments in Lehigh Valley sports for 25 years. This is Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM and 12:30 AM in Easton.
You're listening to Iron Pigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 AM, and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the fourth, still 1-0 RailRiders. First pitch of the inning to Carter Keyboom is a breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. The RAV fourth inning drives along, brought to you by Toyota. Check out Toyota.com and visit your local Tri-State Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go Pigs. 1-0 pitch, down to the dirt, and Keyboom ahead of the count. 2 balls, no strikes. Kloffenstein with 3 scoreless innings in the books. Hasn't been easy at times, has given up 2 hits, 2 walks, 1 hit batter, and an error on his own ledger. 2-0 pitch, up and in. Keyboom shrinks out of the way. 3 balls, no strikes. Keyboom's the only strikeout that Kloffenstein has. Tall righty, well-groomed beard, facing Keyboom with a cherry red bat. 3-0 pitch, missing inside. It's ball 4, and for the second straight inning, it's a 4-pitch walk to begin the frame. Keyboom aboard to begin the fourth, brings up Colby Thomas. We'll see if Thomas learned from Robert Moore last inning, where Moore swung at the very first pitch after the 4-pitch walk and popped out for the first out of the inning. Thomas grounded out to shortstop his last time up. Open stance, right side, first pitch. Sinker dips down and in. 1-0. It's not a very robust arsenal from Kloffenstein, just the 3 pitches. Sinker, sweeper, curveball. Has flashed a cutter a couple of times. But for the most part, what you see is what you get out of it. 1-0 coming. Cutter just on the inside corner. A ball and a strike. Thomas 2-tone bat. Bright red Phillies batting gloves. Haven't asked Colby yet, but I wonder how long it does take. 1-1. Way inside. Thomas dances out of the way, sidestepping across the plate. 2 balls and a strike. How long does it take a player to completely swap out their entire wardrobe and accessories as far as color scheme is concerned? Because there are a lot of guys when you swap teams, say you go from the Nats to the Phillies, where a lot of the stuff can kind of remain because, Nats wear red, Phillies wear red. So maybe some of it might match up. 2-1. Sinker up and in. 3 balls and a strike. But Thomas has only played in one organization. That's the Athletics. Talking green and gold. So, it's not really going to fly here. So it's kind of a waste for him to, he probably gave a good bunch of that stuff away, but it means he can't repurpose any of it. 3-1 coming home. Thomas, mighty hack, comes up empty. 3-2. Guys feel the same way when you're promoted within the organization. Coming from Reading to the IronPigs, the color schemes are similar enough. Everything you have is probably going to match. Same thing with any of the Philly stuff you have. It's going to match. 3-2, runner goes. It's down and away, ball 4. The second straight walk drawn by the Pigs to begin the 4th. All of a sudden, that's now 4 walks issued on the day by Kloffenstein. 2 on, nobody out. Dylan Moore to hit. Moore broke his bat on a fly ball to left field his first time up. Infield is back for the RailRiders. There's a nagging thought in the back of my mind. I wonder if Moore might think about laying one down here. First pitch, not squaring, instead checks the swing. Sinker in on the hands. 1 ball, no strikes. Because Hardman is way back at third. Kloffenstein has already shown, a little skittish throwing the baseball. Error on the double play chance earlier. 1-0 pitch. Moore lays off. Sinker, a little bit too much bite, ends up below the knees. 2 balls, no strikes. Pigs in this situation back in the first inning ended up grounding into a double play. That was Felix Reyes. 2-0 on Dylan Moore. Here it comes. Moore swings a chopper over to third. Racing in, Hardman gets it on the bounce again. Throws to second 1. Relay to first in time. And for the second time today, the IronPigs hit into a 5-4-3 twin killing. Moore got a pitch to hit, and he just got on top of it. Straight down into the ground in front of home plate. Hardman there to make the play again. Keyboom ends up at third. Thomas out at second. They'll be up to Paul McIntosh. Paul drew the first walk of the game off of Kloffenstein last inning. Paul has been crushing the ball of late. Out a grand slam in the first inning on Wednesday. Sitting 305 on a 6-game hitting streak now. First pitch, misses down and in. A ball, no strikes. Last 29 games, 6 homers, 21 knocked home. He's got one waiting in the wings here. It's 1-0 Scranton, bottom of the 4th. 1-0 pitch, sinker down and away. 2 balls, no strikes. It's turned into a gorgeous night here in Allentown. 79 degrees at the moment. Overcast skies have dissipated. Ballpark is stuffed to the gills with fans. 2-0 pitch. Paul lays off. Just got the outside corner. Cutter. Anthony Volpe solo a homer in the 3rd, still the only run of the game. Keyboom the tying run at 3rd, 2-1 to the plate, up and in. 3-1 on Paul. Just a slightly open stance on the right side of the plate. This hot stretch over the past month has now pushed his OPS over 800 for the season. 3-1 pitch. Way outside, goes straight to the backstop. Here comes Keyboom from 3rd. He'll score standing without a play. And a wild pitch ties the game at 1 apiece. It's ball 4 to McIntosh as well, so he'll trot on down to 1st. Keyboom across on the wild pitch. All even at 1 in the 4th. Just a cutter that Kloffenstein overcooked by a mile. And pitching coach Spencer Medick's going to make a return visit out to the mound for a 2nd inning. While they chat, good time for us to remind you that Chandler Farms, a proud sponsor of IronPigs baseball, spanning 5 decades, the Jandal Turkey has remained the gold standard for dependable quality, flavor, and value. Find Jandal Turkey products at your local grocer today. So 2nd mound visit of the day for the RailRiders pitching coach. Kloffenstein now at 66 pitches through 3 2/3 innings. Runner at first, 2 outs. Tied at 1. Bottom of the 4th. Pigs leading the series 2-1. And Darius Guy, the home plate umpire, explaining something to Mitch Garver there. I'm curious about what it was. Robert Moore hits. Moore pop-up. His first time up. Switch hitter. Bats left-handed. Kloffenstein from the belt, kicks and offers, and Moore ambushes it. High in the air, deep to right, back it goes, it's gone! 2-run homer, Robert Moore. First pitch hacking, and he did not miss. 12th of the season for Moore, and it's 3-1 Iron Pigs in the bottom of the 4th. Change up down and in, and Moore destroys it. 1-0-2 off the bat. Just straight away right over the clear bar. Knew it as soon as it left the bat. Moore staring and watching. And the Pigs with the lead for the first time today. 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Some punch from the bottom of the order. Career year continues for Bob Moore. Here's Tommy Pham now. First pitch from Kloffenstein. Cutter down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. And you know, that is the yin and the yang of Robert Moore, the Jekyll and the Hyde, where first time up, first pitch swinging, he pops it up. This time, first pitch hacking, just crushes it. 1-0, Kloffenstein spikes another to the backstop. So 2-0 on Pham, and Tommy 1 for 2. Base hit in the first, fielder's choice last time up. Kloffenstein first base side, winds and deals. Pham takes down low, 3 balls, no strikes. And the thing about Moore taking a rip there is, even though it panned out, it's still a curious decision in that Kloffenstein has walked 3 of the 4 hitters prior to that in the inning. He's now 3-0 on Pham. The pitch home, fastball down the middle, 3-1. So it's not like Kloffenstein has been a beacon of strike throwing this inning. So Moore swinging at the first pitch again is a bit of a contrarian choice, but it works. 3-1, down and away, ball 4, and Kloffenstein's walked his 4th here of the 4th. Five walks in total. We're making actually now 6 walks in total, plus a hit by pitch. Ties the season high for walks, 3rd time he's done that. His career high in walks is 7, most recently done last year. It's Rafael Marchand, 3rd plate appearance of the day on his rehab, swings the first one and fouls off the cutter. Marchand, couple of plate appearances today. Not sure if it'll be capped at 4 or if he'll just take as many as it comes. Remains to be seen if he will take a day off tomorrow or just go back behind the plates. 0-1. Change up fades down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gabriel Rincon is on deck, replacing Felix Reyes in the order. Subbed in for him defensively last half inning. 1-1. Marchand, jackknifes out of the way, pitch down and in. 2 balls and a strike. Marchand coming back from a patellar issue. 2-1 pitch. Cut on and missed. Cutter down and in. 2-2. Outfield straight away, infield to the pull side. Iron Pigs leading 3-1. Bottom of the 4th. 2-run homer by Robert Moore and a wild pitch, giving the Pigs the lead here. Pham at first, Kloffenstein high leg kick, comes home, Marchand swings and misses. Curveball down and away, gets him swinging, and the inning over, but not the pit before the Pigs get on the board and take the lead. Robert Moore, the big swing, a 2-run homer, sends us to the 5th. 3-1 Iron Pigs here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Ebron Medical has been part of the Lehigh Valley community for more than 40 years. The
essential is the sacrifice it takes to win, or the pain of accepting defeat. Because the real score isn't about points. It's about how many times you come back from impossible odds. Here for me, the moments that matter. The men trusted for over 80 years and accepted by top doctors and specialists. Capital Blue Cross. Live fearless.
Have a home run of the summer right here at home. Because in Pennsylvania, a real getaway is never far away. Get back to nature in the Pennsylvania wilds where you can experience some of the darkest skies in the Northeast. Make a splash as you float down a scenic river with your crew, or hike your way through Pennsylvania's 124 state parks. Unplug this summer and unwind your way in Pennsylvania. Find your great next American getaway at visitpa.com.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Top of the fifth, Iron Pigs with a 3-1 lead now, thanks to Robert Moore, 2-run homer, and Carter Kibu scampering home on a wild pitch. It'll be Yanquiel Fernandez, Mitch Garver, and Ernesto Martinez due up. 6, 7, and 8 against Brian Keller, working with the lead for the first time. And the first pitch is a cutter inside corner, no balls, and a strike. Fernandez, one of just the 3 hits so far off of Keller. Only 3 base runners off of him. Singles for Fernandez, Martinez, and then Anthony Volpe with a solo homer. Wind and the 0-1. Down and in. 1 ball and a strike. Infield to the pull side for Fernandez. Keller, first base side of the mound, pulsing back and forth on the balls of his feet, kicks the knee up, comes home, can't get the call, fastball, just down and in, 2 balls and a strike. Iron Pigs rallying for a Game 1 victory with 3 in the bottom of the 9th. 11-3 win on Thursday, or on Wednesday, basically wire to wire. 2-1, Fernandez rounds it backstop. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Last night, Scranton just dominating with Elmer Rodriguez, 7 scoreless innings. Pigs trying to bounce back. Take 3 out of 4 to begin the week. It's been a tough stretch now for Scranton, where early on in the second half, they were right in the thick of things, and they still are, just a game back. 2-2 down the dirt, full counts. But a lot of that was fueled by an insane week in Iowa, where they swept the Iowa Cubs pretty handily. Dropped 4 of 6 last week to Rochester. Dropped 2 of 3 so far this week. Now lost 6 of 8. After winning 6 straight. 3-2 on Fernandez. The payoff, chopper, the first base side. It's a foul ball. Three and 2 on Yanquiel Fernandez. Phillies with the day off today after their Field of Dreams game last night. Big 7-1 win over Minnesota. Aaron Nola, 5 good innings. Homers for Brandon Marsh, a pair for Kyle Schwarber. 3-2 again. Fernandez with a ground ball right to the second baseman. Moore down to a squat. Fields it, throws to first. Retires Fernandez with the first out of the 5th. It's a great experience for all involved. A lot of great stories came out of it. You know, how much the Phillies enjoyed it. Andrew Painter having a catch with his dad on the field. Just seeing, reaction from some of the players, because it's very rare that you see professional athletes have such vulnerable, raw kind of moments like that, or be presented in situations where they find something that cool. First pitch breaking ball to Mitch Garver's on the outside corner, 0-1. And a really cool story that came out of it was that one of the fans in attendance turned out to be Clay Condry. First pitch 0-1 fastball to Garver, misses up and away. A ball and strike. If you don't remember, Clay Condry was a member of the Phillies bullpen from 2006 through 2009 on the World Series winning team. Kind of a long man. 1-1 pitch. Garver takes a fastball in on the hands. 2 balls and a strike. Turns out he was just there as a fan with his wife and kid. His kid had, for his 18th birthday, said, you know, the only thing I want was to go to the Field of Dreams game. So they made it possible. 2-1 pitch. Garver swings, pops it up. Back towards the press box. It'll land over our heads and out of play. 2-2. Now, Condry's story is almost movie-esque. Not quite Field of Dreams, but a little bit more rookie. You know, the Dennis Quaid movie. 2-2. Garver takes a breaking ball in the dirt. 3-2. Condry, who initially had gone to junior college, then transferred to McNeese State, didn't pitch much because of elbow injuries. 3-2, called, strike 3, fastball right down the middle, gets Garver looking. 2 away in the 5th. 6 in a row retired by Brian Keller. So 2 outs, nobody on for Ernesto Martinez. Condry, after his stint in college at McNeese, where he didn't pitch much because of injuries, went back home, moved in with his parents, and started to work for an electrical company, thinking that his career was probably over. But the urging of his dad went to a couple of pro tryouts. First pitch, fastball down the dirt, ball 1 on Ernesto Martinez. Went to a couple of tryouts, and eventually a scout by the name of Brad Sloan, the scouting director for the Padres, thought he saw something in Condry, so they offered him $500 to play rookie ball back in 1998. Now time called, McIntosh, not on the same page with Keller, going to go out to the mound here. The scout that the Padres had call Condry to offer him the contract, none other than the eventual savior of the Chicago Cubs, Theo Epstein. Condry accepted, went out to Arizona, ended up making his way through the minors and got all the way up to the big leagues, making his debut for the Padres in 2002. Eventually traded to the Phillies a couple years after that. 1-0 pitch. Fernandez, a hot shot grounder by the first base coach. Foul ball, a ball, and a strike. What's even more interesting is that scouting director at the time for the Padres, Ryan Sloan, is now a special assignment scout for the Phillies. And Sloan happened to be there at the Field of Dreams game, and him and Condry were able to get a picture together. 1-1, fastball inside on Martinez, 2 balls and a strike. So pretty wild that, you know, it came full circle for Clay Condry there. Now he gets to be at the Field of Dreams game with his son. 2-1 pitch. Martinez, a line drive back through the box and into center field for a base hit. Second hit of the day for Martinez, seeing the ball well off the hand to Keller. 2 outs and a man at first. Brings up Tyler Hardman. 3-1 Iron Pigs, top of the 5th. Eric Raiselman, who took the loss for Scranton back on Tuesday, is warming up out in the bullpen. Wonder whether or not Kloffenstein will even come back out for the bottom of the 5th, or if Raiselman will have it from the jump. Runner at first, 2 outs for Hardman. Takes a fastball, inside corner, no balls, and a strike. Hardman bouncing into a 5-4-3 double play. His first time up. Pigs by 2, top of the 5th. 2 outs, man at first. Keller, slide step home, and Hardman another bouncer, just foul. Outside the bag at third. 0-2. Keller trying to put up a very big 0 here after the Pigs scored 3 times in the bottom of the 4th. 2-run homer by Robert Moore breaking the tie after Carter Keyboom scored on a wild pitch. Kirby Sneed going to start throwing out in the Pigs bullpen. Keller now at 79 pitches, number 80 on tap, the 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt, great effort by McIntosh behind the plate. Able to block it. You can see Martinez from first starting to hit his secondary lead and go to second, had to hit the brakes, get back. Now it's literally McIntosh kind of throwing out his right arm and putting his shoulder in the way. 1-2 on Tyler Hardman. Martinez at first. 2 outs, top of the 5th. 1-2, fastball outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Keller, this is his second outing of the year against the RailRiders, his first here at home. Faced Scranton on June the 10th, gave up 3 runs in 4 1/3 innings. Far sharper here today. And at first, 2 outs. 2-2. Hardman swings and fouls it off his foot in the box. Comes stumbling out. Sound like that got him pretty raw. So Kirby Snead will be the first man out of the bullpen today for the Pigs. He was the opener back on Sunday, throwing 3 1/3 innings, the longest outing of his career. Curious how many innings they'll ask out of him in this one. 2-2 on Tyler Hardman. Martinez at first. Keller set the chest, delivers home. Fastball up and away. 3-2, and this is a big pitch here. Keller, who had gotten Fernandez and Garver easily to start the 5th, battled with Martinez, who ended up singling. Now 3-2 on Hardman. Top of the order's on deck. Anthony Volpe homered off of Keller back in the 3rd. He would represent the go-ahead run here. And before the 3-2, Keller steps off. Martinez will have a head jump over at first. Anthony plays behind him. Right on right matchup. Keller ready at the chest. Kicks and deals the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with the sweeper. 3rd strikeout of the game for Keller. Puts the kibosh in the 5th as he wraps up 5 innings of 1-run baseball. Sends us to the bottom of the 5th, halfway home. 3-1 IronPigs here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 12-hour sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture and the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now and pay later with Ashley's no-interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving away prizes every hour. Big savings, big giveaways, and one big day to shop. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Saturday only at Ashley.
Score update presented by Ashley. Halfway through tonight at Coca-Cola Park, the IronPigs in front of the RailRiders 3-1. Bottom 6 in Rochester, the Charlotte Knights lead the Rochester Red Wings 2-1, while top 6 in Norfolk 2-2 is a deadlock between the Tides and the Gwinnett Stripers. Back into a quasi-doubleheader between Jacksonville and Syracuse. Jumbo Shrimp lead the Mets 3-0 going bottom 4. Bottom of the 5th in Worcester, 3-2 Buffalo holds the edge there. While the bottom of the 4th, all Memphis 9-2 Redbirds lead the Durham Bulls. 3-0 Columbus leads Omaha after 4. Well, there's no score in the bottom of the 4th in Louisville tonight between the Bats and the Toledo Mudheads. Early 4-0 lead for Nashville at home against Indianapolis. That's the bottom of the 2nd. Front end of that doubleheader for Syracuse and Jacksonville. 4-2 Jumbo Shrimp won the resumption suspended game yesterday. Iowa and St. Paul postponed due to rain. They'll play a doubleheader tomorrow. 3-1 Pigs League on bottom 5. Here's Sam Jelnick.
Thank you, Jack. Like you said, halfway through this ball game, IronPigs with a 2-run lead. 3-1 over the RailRiders. Adam Kloffenstein does stay in this game. So they did have Eric Raiselman, the RailRiders, throwing in the bullpen. Both Raiselman and Kirby Snead throwing in the bullpens right now. Snead for the Pigs, Raiselman for the RailRiders. Seems as if both will be on tap very shortly. I would expect Snead to come out for the top of the 6th. Gabriel Rincones Jr. leads it off for the Pigs here in the 5th, replacing Felix Reyes. Felix done after he was hit by a pitch in the 3rd on the right wrist. First pitch to Gabe, inside corner, called strike. The cutter in Rincones is going to challenge this. So right off the bench, Gabe thinks that this pitch might have been a little bit up, and upon review, it's not. Just barely clipped, very top of the strike zone. No balls and a strike. So 0-1 on Gabe, having himself a very good week. 0-1, curveball misses outside. a ball and a strike. He's had a hit in every game of this series. 5 for 13, 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, 1 walk. 1-1 pitch. Rincon swings, lifts a high fly ball, right center field. Dominguez tracking out towards right center a little bit, a couple steps to his left. Puts it away. Retires Rincones for the first out of the 5th. Off the bat, it kind of looked like Dominguez didn't have a clue where that was. And he Dominguez pantomiming out in center field, with his hands being very unsure where that baseball is. He had no clue where that was off of that. The Dusk Monster will get even the best of them out in the outfield. Dominguez finally able to find it eventually. Wasn't too far from his starting point anyways. First pitch to Keaton Anthony is in for a strike, 0-1. But what Dominguez was saying is both of his outfield comrades, Fernandez in right, Schumann in left, is that you got to be talking there. And I think that's what they were doing. Pitch to Anthony, misses down and in, a ball and strike. And that's so important because when the ball gets lost up in the twilight like that, the only way to potentially find it is if somebody tells you back or in or left or right. And as an outfielder, letting the other guys know that, hey, I can't see it is, step one of the process. 1-1, Anthony, a wicked hack. Comes up empty on a breaking ball. 1-2, Keaton takes his time out. Anthony, this season, it's been interesting hearing him talk about how, getting away from ground balls, knowing what he needs to do as a right-handed hitting first baseman, which is, put the ball in the air and do it with power. One-two pitch. Keaton fouls it back. And then getting to that, you could see how frustrated he was back in the first when he grounded out to third to end the inning. He hit the ball hard. But for Keaton, he said it back on Wednesday for his interview that getting the ball in the air, ground balls aren't going to do damage. 1-2, breaking ball down low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fascinating that Keaton recognizes the kind of archetype he has to fit. 2-2. Anthony swings. It's another hard ground ball back at third on the backhand. Hardman able to scoop it. Long throw across. Pulls Martinez off the bag, but he tags out Anthony on the way by for the second out of the inning. Good adjustment by Martinez. Skirting into foul territory. Able to receive the throw. Grabs Anthony on the way by for the second out of the inning, and that looks like that's going to be it for Adam Kloffenstein. 86 pitches. Shelly Duncan out to the mound. Kloffenstein, handshakes and high fives from his teammates, hands over the baseball. We got a pitching change here. Kloffenstein done after 4 2/3. It's 3-1 Iron Pigs. Back in 60 seconds with a new arm on the mound. Here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Right now, the Dan Patrick Show.
The thing that surprises me is what Alabama used to be. They'd run the football. They ranked 124th nationally in rushing yards. And the recruiting class for 2027 ranks 32nd. The schools in front of Alabama for recruits for next year include Minnesota, Vandy, Kentucky, Cal, and Georgia Tech. You could see where, man, you need a good season. And I think Alabama could start out the season maybe 8-0 if I'm looking at the schedule correctly. But for Kalen DeBoer, now this is what happens. You'll get the, well, what's his buyout? You'll probably hear that. If they slip up early in the season, he is owed $67 million.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Dennis and you.
Weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Still in the bottom of the 5th, Iron Pigs the 3-1 lead on the RailRiders. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. Pitching change for the Pigs, or for the RailRiders. Eric Raiselman takes over for Adam Kloffenstein. Kloffenstein done out after 4 2/3 innings. 3 runs, 3 hits, 6 walks, 2 strikeouts. Throws an astonishing 86 pitches only 36 strikes. So Kloffenstein, despite the 6 walks and only 36 strikes, meaning he threw 50 balls, only allows 3 runs. Raiselman took the loss back on Tuesday, giving up all 3 runs. In the bottom of the 9th, Iron Pigs walked it off on him. Stretches and deals. First pitch to Carter Kieboom is swung on and missed. Kieboom 0 for 1 off of Kloffenstein. Struck out in the 2nd, walked in the 4th. Came around to score on a wild pitch. 0-1. Fastball right down the middle. 0-2. Righty stretches and deals the 0-2 off the hands. Kieboom punches in the air down the right field line, shallow up the line and foul ground. Volpe on the run makes the basket catch before colliding with the tarp. Holds on to it for the final out of the 5th. Pigs down in order in the frame, even with the pitching change. Go to the 6th. It's 3-1 Iron Pigs here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together for the future of care.
Riverview Country Club is set along the scenic Delaware River, just 2 miles north of Easton and Forks Township. Riverview's 18-hole championship golf course has established itself as one of the area's premier public golf facilities. Riverview offers 5 sets of tees for golfers of all levels to enjoy this course, complete with bent grass landing areas and bluegrass fairways. Its consistent great course conditions and beautiful panoramic views make Riverview a must-play course. Plus, Riverview Country Club has a pro shop that is well stocked with the latest golf equipment and apparel to keep you looking sharp and on top of your game. Riverview Country Club also hosts the Delaware Green, a beautiful banquet facility that is the perfect place to host your next corporate meeting or event. For more information on the course, season passes, to book an event, book your tee time, call 610-559-9700. That's 610-559-9700, or visit them at riverviewcountryclub.com. That's riverviewcountryclub.com. Come see what makes Riverview Country Club the premier facility in the area.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Top of the 6th, Iron Pigs with a 3-1 lead on the RailRiders. Pitching change for the Pigs. Kirby Snead comes on and replaces Brian Keller. Keller leaves in line for the victory. A great bounce-back performance by Brian. Gives up just 1 run on the Anthony Volpe solo homer. 4 hits, no walks, 3 strikeouts, 84 pitches. Relieved by Kirby Snead here. Snead making his first appearance since starting back on Sunday afternoon, where he allowed 2 unearned runs over 3 1/3 innings of work. A truly marvelous performance, the longest outing of Snead's professional career. First pitch sweeper right down the middle to Anthony Volpe. No balls and a strike. Snead has allowed just those 2 unearned runs over the past month and a week. 0-1, Volpe with a chopper out to short. 3 high hops. In comes Moore to charge. Gloves throws in the run in time to get Volpe. The first out recorded here to begin the 6th. 13 2/3 innings now for Snead with the out recorded there. 14 innings where he has not allowed an earned run. 7 outings in total. He hasn't walked anybody, striking out 11. He's made 3 3-inning appearances this season, the most he's ever had in a single season. First pitch to Jason Dominguez, switch hitter, batting right-handed. It's fouled off. Kirby's really has kept it quite simple here, in that what has made him successful, he says, is just execution, which a lot of times guys just overlook. 0-1. Dominguez tags it right center field on a line. Thomas on the run, lays out, makes the catch. Colby Thomas on a dead sprint robs Jason Dominguez of extra bases for the second out of the sixth. Had it the whole way. Thomas had it lined up. Great jump. And the closing speed to get to it. Lost the cap on the dive, but holds on to the baseball. 2 away in the sixth. For Kirby, he doesn't look at it as, I need to do X or Y with my slider or throw my fastball so hard. It's just, if I throw my pitches where I want them, first pitch home to Max Schumann. He drops down a perfect bunt up the third base side. Keyboom will charge, just pick it up, put it in his back pocket. And it's the second bunt base hit of the week for Max Schumann. Yeah, Keyboom playing way back. And just Schumann, who had a safety squeeze RBI bunt back in Tuesday's game, picks up another bunt base hit. Inning continues for JC Escarra. Escarra 0 for 2. Fly out and a pop-up. Left on left matchup. Snead comes home. Fastball down the middle. No balls and a strike. Kirby, this is his 23rd appearance. 5-1 with a 2.14 ERA. 6'1", 220-pound lefty. High Red Sox staring down Schumann at first. High leg kick, the 0-1. Breaking ball down and away. A ball and a strike. Oswaldo Cabrera on deck. Even though it feels like the Pigs are in control here, it's only a 3-1 lead. So the tying run is at the plate here. Top of the sixth, 2 outs. The pitch home. Escarra with a one-hopper out to shortstop. Glove by Moore backing up on it. Throws to first. Plenty of time to get Escarra. And the inning over. Another scoreless inning for Kirby Snead. Make it 14 2/3 consecutive without an earned run. We go bottom 6. It's 3-1 Iron Pigs here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Regal Insurance is a one-stop insurance shop on William Penn Highway East End for over 80 years. Regal Insurance is the trusted local insurance agency that puts their customers first. For auto, home, life, and small business insurance, Regal is the name to trust.
Hi, this is John Regal of Regal Insurance. We've been a part of your community since 1936. Ask for a free quote at 610-258-7296. Visit RailRiders.com. Regal Insurance. Real people, real coverage.
You're listening to Iron Pigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 AM, and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Bottom of the sixth, Iron Pigs still sporting a 2-run lead on the RailRiders. 3-1 Iron Pigs. Scranton with a solo homer for Anthony Volpe in the third. Pigs with 3 in the fourth. 2-run homer by Robert Moore for the lead. Eric Raiselman got the final out of the fifth. Sticks around for the sixth. First pitch fastball. Blows it right by Colby Thomas. No balls and a strike. Thomas, acquired from the A's via trade at the deadline. You might not note, Colby was a third-round pick of Oakland's, maybe then Oakland Athletics. 0-1, breaking balls up high, a ball and a strike. The third round of the 2022 amateur draft out of Mercer University. Mercer playing out of the SoCon, the Southern Conference. One of the best mid-major baseball programs. Pitch home, Thomas gets under it. high pop-up, foul ground, first base side, going to drift into the seats. 1-2. Produced such luminaries as American League Rookie of the Year in 2020, Kyle Lewis, who was also a first-round pick. One, two. Thomas off the hands, aligns it to the backside. In total, Mercer has had 9 alums play in the majors. Thomas being the most recent of the bunch. 1-2. Sweeper up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Best as I can tell, there has not been a Mercer alum who has played for the Phillies at any point. 2-2 pitch. Sweeper called strike 3. At the knees, outside corner. Gets Thomas looking for the first out of the 6th. Brings up Dylan Moore. Dylan over 2. Bounced into a double play his last time up. Moore coming down a little bit after a scorching hot July. July hit 6 homers. OPS near 1,000. First pitch, swings and misses, no balls, and a strike. Actually, I'm underselling him. He OPS 1,153. Now to begin August with his 0 for 2 here today, he is now 2 for 33 this month. 0-1. Moore lines it the other way down the right field line. That's a fair ball inside the chalk. It'll slice all the way to the sidewall towards the corner. Fernandez digs it out, but Moore on his way into second base. He'll be there standing with a 2-base hit. First double of the day for the Pigs. Puts a man in scoring position for Paul McIntosh. Paul, no official at-bat yet. Walked in the 3rd, walked again in the 4th. Scoring on the Robert Moore homer. Nobody up in the Scranton bullpen, so this inning is Raiselman's to own. Scranton, along with adding Mitch Carver to the roster today, also added Justin Topa. First pitch to McIntosh, hits him in the back. Breaking ball up and in, gets away from him. Second hit batter from the RailRiders here in this one. Paul takes it like a champ. Of course, we've said it all week. Every hit by pitch, gonna wait with bated breath to see if there's any reaction from anybody. But I think after what happened in Moosic earlier this year, everybody's a little bit smarter, a little bit more on edge maybe, probably a little bit more hesitant. For the first pitch to Robert Moore, the third base umpire Alex Shears will move the rosin bag back onto the mound. It was left out in the grass behind the mound. First and second, 1 out for the Pigs, already up 2. Robert Moore hits a 2-run homer his last time up. Raiselman offers and Moore late fouls it off. It's one of the things that I do love about Robert is his propensity to swing first pitch. But if he's going to swing first pitch, I would love, like he did his last time up, make sure you get out ahead of it. Don't want to be late on it, because that was a pitch to hit. 0-1. This is up and away, a ball and a strike. Raiselman works basically with just 2 pitches here. It's a fastball and a sweeper. Mid-90s with the fastball, low 80s with the sweeper. Infield to the pull side, switch hitter, batting left-handed, the 1-1. Fastball down and in. 2 balls and a strike. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for the RailRiders, 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the IronPigs. Raiselman a high set, the pitch home. Fastball pops the mitt, but misses just an inch or 2 off inside black. Hitters count for Moore. Dylan Moore at second base, Paul McIntosh at first. One away, the 3-1, up and away. It's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Good job by Moore after starting that at-bat or plate appearance aggressively. Managing to lay off a couple of close pitches. And the catcher, Mitch Garver, going to go out to the mound. The infield will also encircle Eric Raiselman here. Typically, this would be where Scranton starts to get some movement in the bullpen, but as things currently stand, there's nobody starting to throw yet. Raiselman at just 17 pitches. Maybe Scranton just wants to try to ride the wave here. Batter is Tommy Pham. Pham singled in the first, walked in the fourth. Pham just wrapping up a 27-game on-base streak. Ended last week in Worcester. The base is loaded here. Middle infield at double play depth. Corners just a step behind their respective bases. First pitch. Pham takes a fastball. Nibbles inside black. No balls and a strike. Pigs with a grand slam earlier this week. Paul McIntosh, the 4th of the year for the Pigs. Pham with his back elbow hiked up. 0-1. Fastball down and away. Nearly drags Garver to the backstop. Sold out crowd just waiting on pins and needles to explode here. And now time is called. Hopefully umpire Gary Scotti stepping out. Sold out crowd for a Friday night. Got going with Moore's homer in the 4th. Pigs trying to extend the lead here in the 6th. Base is loaded. 1-1. Pham swings, powers it up the other way. Deep right. Fernandez back to the track. It's gone! Grand slam, Tommy Pham. Second grand salami of the week for the Pigs, and they have blown it open. 7-1 Iron Pigs in the 6th, and for Tommy Pham, it is grand. His 3rd for the Pigs, give him 20 RBIs now as an Iron Pig. A middle cut fastball just sends it the other way. That is grown man strength. Sends it over the bacon strip. Ask and you shall receive. 5th grand slam of the year for the Pigs. Base is clear, still 1 out. Rafael Marchand hits. 4th plate appearance of the day on his rehab, and he pops the first pitch up and out of play. "7-1 Iron Pigs." Playing with a long ball here as Scranton will finally get somebody up in the bullpen. A pitch too late. Breaking ball is outside. A ball and a strike. It's Brian Hendry starting to loosen. 1-1. Marchand takes breaking ball down and in. 2 balls and a strike. 7-1 Iron Pigs. 7 runs on just 5 hits. 6 of the 7 runs on the long ball. Pigs have drawn 7 walks, been hit twice. 2-1, up and away. 3 balls and a strike. Pham has been just such a steady producer for the Iron Pigs. 3-1, Marchand chops it foul into the RailRiders dugout. Finally getting some chances with runners in scoring position. Just the quality of at-bats, it never deviates. I think that's one of the fascinating things to watch. Such a good hitter with a track record like his. 3-2, up and away, all the way to the backstop from Raiselman. It's ball 4, Marchand. 5th straight base runner. Marchand boarded first, brings up Robert Moore. Brings up Gabriel Rincones Jr. But seeing Pham do his thing day in and day out, you notice it never leaves him. There's not a moment where he's not locked in, where he's not giving game the effort deserves or asks out of him. Breaking ball is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. There's a lesson to be learned in that, and for a guy at 37, back down to the minors to do that, that's just the baseline of what Tommy Pham is. 1-0 pitch. Heater at 94, strikes the outside black. Count evens at 1-1. Rincones flying out to deep center field, his first time up. He's got Marchand at first. 7-1 Pigs, bottom of the sixth. Pitch home, breaking ball slips out of Raiselman's hands. It's way outside. 2 balls and a strike. Rincones, a wide open stance on the right side or left side of the plate. 2-1 pitch. Heater up and away. 3-1. Gabe sat down with Service Electric's Doug Heater prior to today's game, and I found it interesting that Gabe, did a very honest assessment of himself. The time that he missed with injury to begin the year, what it meant. 3-1 pitch. Fastball's up high. It's ball 4. Second straight walk from Raiselman in his third of the inning. And that's going to be all here. Shelly Duncan not even going to wait for Gabe to get to first. Gabe actually has to wait for Shelly to pass in front of him before Gabe passes by. A little traffic on the intersection down the first base line. That's going to be all for Eric Raiselman. Gives up right now 4 runs here in the 6th. Still responsible for the 2 runners on base. We got a pitching change. It's 7-1 Pigs in the 6th. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 60 seconds. Here are the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This is The Herd. You gotta be considerate with Colin Cowher. Mike, okay, so if I said there's an NFL team, guess which NFL team was without 20 players who were injured in their game? You'd be like, Niners. I know football is more than just players. That's why the Niners are not good. Rookie players are out for the year. Again, injuries. Listen, it's not the local substation. Whatever. Those hurdles are explosive and important. It's been this team's brand the last 2 years. I think Kyle Shanahan, to a fault, is very loyal to players, high IQ guys on both sides that are smart to get his schemes. He's a little impatient, therefore he becomes overly loyal. This is The Herd with Colin Cowher. Weekdays at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
You're listening to the Iron Pigs Radio Network.
Still in the last of the 6th, Iron Pigs have opened this up for a 7-1 lead thanks to Tommy Pham, the Grand Slam, or as some others have eloquently put it, a Pham Slam. We got jokes here on the Iron Pigs Radio Network. Brian Hendry in the new arm of the mound for the RailRiders, relieving Eric Raiselman. Raiselman gives up all 4 runs in the 6th and still responsible for the 2 runners on base. That's Rincones and Marchand at first and second. Brian Hendry making his 5th appearance of the season. 10th round pick, the Yankees out of Medford, New Jersey. So just down the road here. 3 1/3 innings with the RailRiders, 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts. Came to the Yankees, 10th round out of Oklahoma State. Faces Keaton Anthony. Keaton 0 for 3, has hit the ball hard 3 times though. First pitch misses down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Hendry began the year on the 60-day injured list. 1-0 pitch. Keaton takes belt eye for a called strike. Promoted to Scranton on July the 21st. Made his first appearance 10 days later. Graduate of Shawnee High School down in Jersey, Medford. Pitch home. Anthony hits a bullet over everybody's head into the Pigs dugout. 1-2. Keaton trying to find a hole here. First and second. 1 out, 7-1 Iron Pigs. Middle infield at double play depth. Hendry deals. Misses down and in. 2-2. Interestingly, Pham's homer was actually the first hit today for the Iron Pigs with a runner in scoring position. Been 0 for 4 before that. 2 on, 1 out. Hendry's 2-2. Key with a ground ball up the middle, should be 2. To his left, Cabrera glove slips the second one, relay to first in time. 6-4-3 double play, and Brian Hendry comes on, faces one hitter, gets 2 outs, and closes up the 6th for the RailRiders. But not before Tommy Pham with a grand slam opens this game up, sends us the 7th, 7-1 Iron Pigs. Here in the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the 7th, Iron Pigs with a 7 spot on the board, leading Scranton 7-1. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. Kirby Sneed back out for the 7th after a scoreless 6th. We'll have Cabrera, Fernandez, and Garver 2 up. Lefty deals home to the switch hitter, batting right-handed. First pitch slider over the plate for a called strike. Tommy Pham with a grand slam in the 6th. Second of the week for the Pigs, 5th of the season. It's the Pigs rocking and rolling here on Friday night. 0-1. Sneed misses down and away with a changeup, a ball, and a strike. Brian Keller with 5 innings, a 1-run ball, only giving up a homer to Anthony Volpe. Sneed with a scoreless 6, working around a bunt base hit by Max Schumann. Fires up and in, and the fastball misses to Cabrera. Sneed from the chest, 2-1. Cabrera pops it up behind the plate and out of play. 2-2. Phillies off today, as they had saved today just in case of a rain date for the Field of Dreams game. So they'll be back in action tomorrow. Other Major League scores, though, Pirates beating up on the Red Sox 7-2. It's in the top of the 7th. 1-2 or 2-2. Fastball in off the plate. 3-2. White Sox an 8-5 lead over the Tigers. That's in the 7th. O's and Rays tied at 2. That's middle 5. Padres, the hottest team in baseball right now. I think it's 13 of 15 they've won. And before the 3-2, plate umpire Darius Gotti going to reset the clock. Padres leading the Guardians 5-3, top of 6. Nats and Mets tied at 1 in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch home, Cabrera punches it in the air. Center field, Thomas started back, now comes in. Can't make up the ground as it's down for a base hit. Short hops in front of him. Cabrera jammed a little bit, able to fly it down into center. Leadoff man aboard for the RailRiders for just the 2nd time tonight. Cabrera at first for Yanquiel Fernandez. One of the rare times we haven't seen Thomas get an otherworldly jump, honestly. A little bit surprised by that. First pitch to Fernandez, swings the first one and launches it high in the air, right center field, moderately deep. Thomas waiting over to his left, makes the catch. Cabrera back to first, and Fernandez a one-pitch out for the first one of the 7th. Nobody up right now in either bullpen, so Snead will completely have the 7th. And likewise for his opposing arm, Brian Hendry for the RailRiders. Here's Mitch Garver making his Scranton debut. Garver was a name linked to the Phillies for a good bit. Pitches inside, ball 1. Feels like the Phillies and Twins catchers have been within conversation for a good while. Between the Phillies and Garver, and then their current catcher, Ryan Jeffers. It's rumored he could be on the move to Philadelphia. 1-0 pitch. This is outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Garver 0 for 2 in his debut. He's popped out shortstop and also struck out looking. Snead staring at first. 2-0 pitch. Heater up and away. 3 balls, no strikes. Snead over his run without giving up an earned run. A little over 14 innings. Has not walked anybody. In the danger of that streak being snapped. 3-0 pitch. Heater up and away. It's ball 4. So it's his first free pass in a while here. Cabrera up to second base. Garver aboard at first. Brings up Ernesto Martinez. And that is going to get the IronPigs bullpen activated. I think it might be a Michael Mercado sighting as Paul McIntosh out to the mound. Stall for time with Kirby here. IronPigs have not had to dip too deep into the bullpen this week, even with a bullpen game yesterday. Ended up using 5 different arms: Cusick, Davidson, Noonborn, Bechtold, Trevino. Presumably all of those are down here today. Likely wouldn't be a back-to-back scenario. Infield to the pull side for Martinez, who was 2 for 2 off of Brian Keller. First pitch, Snead back in the strike zone, outside corner, 0-1. Dylan Moore at short, right up the middle. Robert Moore at second, towards the hole on the right side. Snead looking back at second base, delivers home. Martinez pops it up. Back behind the plate, out of play. Other Major League scores for you. D-backs shutting out the Braves 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. Phillies are now 9.5 back of Atlanta. Oh-2. Martinez gets under it. Sky-scraping fly ball, right center field. Thomas Rincones converge. It's the center fielder, make the call on the catch. Runners retreat to their bases on the 2nd out of the 7th. Brings up Tyler Hardman. After it looked like Michael Mercado might get loose, if instead handed the baseball off to somebody else here. It's Max Lazar. So Lazar gonna get hot. I would guess Max likely a 2-inning appearance today. Sweeper is inside on Tyler Hardman. Get the final 6 outs. It's been a little while since he's been asked to go to. First and second, 2 outs to the RailRiders. 7-1 Pigs, top of the 7th. Snead kicks and deals. Hardman, massive cut. Comes up empty. A ball and a strike. Hardman 0 for 2 today after homering last night. Chases the changeup down and away. 1-2. One and 2 on Tyler Hardman. 9-hole hitter for the RailRiders. Scranton trying to answer back after the Pigs' grand slam in the 6th. Kirby Snead looking for 2 scoreless innings out of the bullpen. The 1-2. Fastball down and away. 2-2. Crowd urging on Snead to end the 7th. Break-even pitch. Fouled at the plate. Still 2-2 on Hardman. Right-handed hitter. Crowds the plate. McIntosh sets up down and away. Snead deals. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Hardman. Snead with a nasty slider. A very, very subdued fist pump for Snead as he comes off the mound with 2 more scoreless innings in the books. It's time to stretch. We go bottom 7. It's 7-1 IronPigs here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
From the Phillipsburg Easton Honda Studios, this is Fox Sports Radio. Clinton Acura and Wilkes-Barre Easton Honda, 2 trusted names, 1 goal, 5-star customer service.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 12-hour sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture, all the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now and pay later with Ashley's no interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving away prizes every hour. Big savings, big giveaways, and 1 big day to shop. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Saturday, only at Ashley.
Regal Insurance is your one-stop insurance shop on William Penn Highway in Easton. For over 80 years, Regal Insurance is the trusted local insurance agency that puts their customers first. For auto, home, life, and small business insurance, Regal is the name to trust.
Hi, this is Jim Regal of Regal Insurance. We've been a part of your community since 1936. Call us for a free quote at 610-258-7216. Visit regal.ins.com. Regal Insurance. Real people, real coverage.
We're celebrating 25 years of covering Lehigh Valley sports. Brought to you by Lincoln Tech. Build the skills to start your career. Visit lincolntech.edu. Moments like Lehigh football winning 8 more league championships. Covering the biggest moments in Lehigh Valley sports for 25 years. This is Fox Sports Radio, 94.7 FM and 12:30 AM in Easton.
You're listening to Iron Pigs Baseball, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America. On Fox Sports Radio 94.7 FM, 12:30 AM, and streaming at lvfoxsports.com.
Hope you got a good stretch in. We go to the bottom of the 7th. IronPigs still on top of the RailRiders, 7-1. Pair of homers for the Pigs, 2-run shot for Robert Moore. Tommy Pham, a grand slam, powering the offense here today. As Brian Hendry stays on out there for Scranton. Got a double play to end the 6th. In relief, kicks and deals. First pitch to Carter Keyboom, a slider down low. A ball, no strikes. Max Lazar had been warming out in the pen for the Pigs, but he has sat back down. It'll instead be Kyle Backus when we go to the top of the 8th. Backus, the string of lefties coming up. First pitch to Keyboom is rocked. Deep left field, down the line. It is gone. Carter Keyboom joins the bomb parade. A solo shot, his 7th, and it's 8-1 IronPigs in the 7th. A high arcing drive towards the corner. Keyboom just over the wall. Continues his hot swinging ways. He's scored twice today, his first hits. He's got a hit every game he's played this series now. And the Pigs lead by 7. Another insurance run for the Pigs, brought to you by the Urconic Agency, the right insurance coverage for you. Get a quote today at urconic.com. First pitch to Colby Thomas, misses, 1 ball, no strikes. They always say it, hitting is contagious. The long ball is contagious. It's a bomb bonanza for the Pigs right now. 1-0 pitch, fastball at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 homers here today for the IronPigs. They do not do this often. Middle of the pack when it comes to homers this season. Came in with 116, was 16th in the league. It's fouled back, 1-2. Scranton will start to get somebody loose again. Hendry got 2 outs in the 6th. Evidently the homer to begin this inning, and enough cause for concern for him. Pitches in the dirt, 1-2 to Colby Thomas, or 2-2 to Colby Thomas, so it's a lefty. Wager probably Will Bryan, who we saw earlier in the week, is the only lefty they have in the bullpen. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Thomas chases off the plate. He's down on strikes. Second time today. Brings up Dylan Moore. Moore 1 for 3. Kicked off the rally last inning with a 2-base hit. Just his 3rd hit of the month. Breaking ball is down on the way. A ball, no strikes. Series will continue tomorrow, which right now looks like the Pigs will have a shot at a series victory. 1-0. Moore takes a slider, bell tie for a called strike. 6:35 first pitch will be Alan Rahel on the mound against Brendan Beck. That's a really, really sharp pitching matchup. Beck, probably the inside track for International League Pitcher of the Year. 1-1, fastball straightens, Moore up. Ball 2. Two-one, Dylan Moore. Thought about it, lays off. It's a called strike. Slider outer third. So 6:35 for tomorrow, and then 1:15 for the finale Sunday. 2-2. Check swing. Moore lays off down and away. It's a full count. Sounds like Casey Lawrence, who was signed to a minor league deal by the Phillies earlier today and added to the IronPigs roster, making his debut on Sunday. 3-2, Moore swings, lines it deep down the left field side. That's down for another base hit. Towards the corner, Schumann cuts it off. Moore on his way into second, he'll make it there standing. The second double of the ball game. Back-to-back plate appearances with a 2-base hit. Chuck King had been scheduled to go for the Pigs on Sunday. I'm thinking that Pigs are just looking to add another starter to the mix, given that there were 2 TBDs this week. So Lawrence will help fill the void left by Colby Allard's injury. Casey's somebody that the Pigs have seen a lot over the years, mostly with Buffalo. Had been with Tacoma and the Mariners the past couple of years. There's Paul McIntosh, been on base 3 times, takes down and away. Ball 1. Paul, no official at bat though, 2 walks, a hit by pitch, and a pair of runs. 1-0 pitch down the dirt. Ball 2. On the order has been aces today. The IronPigs scored 7 of the 8 runs, driven in 3 of them. 2-0 pitch. McIntosh leaves a fastball a little high. 3 balls, no strikes. .30 pitch. Paul lays off. It's up high. Ball 4. He's on base for a 4th time with a 3rd walk. And that's going to do it for Brian Hendry. He gets 2 outs on 1 hitter in the 6th, but he's only able to get 1 out here in the 7th. Gives up a homer, a double, a walk, and departs with 2 runners on his responsibility. Got another pitching change. Scranton goes to the bullpen once more. Take a break. Be back in 60 seconds. Here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This is 2 Pros and a Cup of Joe. Fun little Hall of Fame game. The star of the show was Haynes King. Carson Beck performed well. A lot of people big fan of him. He was the star. Yeah, it's something. That's what was striking. Good looks.
Hey, man,
Coach LaForce said he's been, that's what it looked like in practice. So you saw the games, what he's been seeing. So and Jacoby Brissett the deal. Doesn't mean Carson Wentz can eventually become the guy you start in the guy.
I mean, can I just say this? Jacoby Brissett was sitting on that bench, and I would not be comfortable pulling him out of that starting quarterback. Now, when you was at
Two pros, Lamar Arrington, Brady Quinn, come on, Joe this night. 6 a.m. Eastern, 3 in the Pacific on Fox Sports Radio.
You're listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Still in the home half of the 7th, it's the IronPigs 8, RailRiders 1. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. Pigs with 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 6th, 1 more in the 7th on a Carter Keyboom solo homer. They have 2 on and 1 out as Scranton makes another pitching change. Will Bryan relieves Brian Hendry. Hendry an inning of work, 1 run, 2 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. Bryan comes on in his place, making his second appearance of the week, 16 overall. 17 2/3 innings, 20 strikeouts, 14 walks, 7 hits. Be greeted by Robert Moore. Moore, switch hitter, will flip around to the right side where power numbers wise it is his weaker side. He's got a homer today from the left side of the plate. First pitch, Moore takes just outside, a ball, no strikes. Moore, coming out of the All-Star break that Sunday in Omaha, became the first Iron Pig ever to homer twice in one game, once from each side of the plate. He's got a chance to duplicate the feat here. The pitch home, this is up high, 2 balls, no strikes. Gonna let it eat, got a 2-0 count, go for it. Got a 7-run lead. Moore with 3 homers as a right-handed hitter this year. 2-0 pitch. Moore takes, it's up and in. And just strike throwing has been a problem today. For the RailRiders, they have walked 9, they have hit 3 batters. 3-0 to Moore. Taken all the way, it's up and away, ball 4, and Bryan with 4 straight out of the zone, out of the bullpen. Walks the bases loaded here for Tommy Pham, who's already got 1 grand slam on the day. And I can say this without even having to look it up. The IronPigs have never, not once in their franchise's history, ever had somebody hit 2 grand slams in 1 game. You know how I know that? The franchise record for RBIs in the game is 7. First pitch to Pham. Breaking ball inside corner, no balls and strike. So Pham can get 2 birds with 1 stone here. Become the first pig to ever hit 2 salamis in a game and most RBIs in a game. 0-1, breaking ball down and in, a ball and a strike. Pham had a pretty dreadful start to the year. Up with the Mets, basically went hitless. Signed on with the Orioles, the AAA level, struggled there. Pitch to Pham, it's up high, ball 2. But since coming to the Pigs, like I mentioned, after his grand slam, it's just been quality AB, one after another. Hitters count here, 2 balls and a strike. Bases loaded, 1 away, bottom of the 7th. Bryan's 2-1. Pham just gets under it, fouls it back and out of play. That was the pitch. Sinker at 88, right down the middle. Two and 2 on Pham. Infield back, double play depth. Bryan set of the belt, slings it home. Breaking ball, chopped foul. Third base side. Count stays 2 and 2. Two. Pham with a chopper again, just by tanking the coach's box. Another foul ball. Iron Pigs 8 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Scranton 1-6-1 on the scoreboard. Anthony Volpe solo homer in the third. The RailRiders only run. Pigs have put up 8 unanswered. Bases loaded in the 7th again. Tommy Pham already 1 grand slam today. The 2-2. Pham fouls back. Fastball jammed him up and in, looking for another breaking pitch. Two and 2 on Tommy Pham. Here it comes. Pham fouls another away. That was the 8th pitch of the at-bat. Got the arms extended. Another good fastball to hit. Another 2-2. Pham golfs it deep down the left field line. That's going to hook way foul into the FCU picnic patio. This kind of shows you how well Pham's seeing the baseball right now. That was a breaking ball on his back foot. Probably would have bounced, and he still clubbed it. 10th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Pham looking for a second grand slam in as many innings. The 2-2. Pham with a hard ground ball back through the box and into center field, a base hit. Moore comes in to score. McIntosh around third. The throw to the plate, not in time. It's a 2-run single for Tommy Pham. He's driven in 6, and it's 9-1 Iron Pigs in the last of the 7th. 10-1 Pigs in the last of the 7th. 2 more on the board for Pham. He's driven in 6, and now Stuart Baroa is going to pinch hit for Rafael Marchand, whose rehab assignment today is over. Marchand, 4 plate appearances today as he continues his rehab for his knee injury. 1 for 2, a single and a pair of walks. Baroa, switch hitter, bats right-handed. Has Robert Moore at third, Pham at first. 10-1 Pigs in the 7th. First pitch home is a fastball just up high. So it's a 6 RBI game for Tommy Pham. 1 away from tying the franchise record, which Otto Kemp tied earlier this season. 1-0. Baroa swings, clubs it high in the air, straightaway center field. Will send Dominguez back a couple of steps. Tagging from third, here comes Moore to the plate. Dominguez will just throw it into second. Moore scores without a play, and it's 11-1 Iron Pigs here in the last of the 7th. Sac fly RBI for Stewart. 2 gone in the 7th. You charge 3 of the runs in this inning to Brian Hendry. 1 run to Will Bryan. So that was Moore who scored. Now Pham at first. 2 outs for Gabriel Rincones, and he swings the first pitch, rips it on a line, fair down the right field line. It'll rattle around into the corner. Pham on his way to third, get a stop sign from Tank, and Rincones into second with yet another double here this week. Another off of a lefty. It's his 4th double of the series. Another hit off a lefty. So he's nearly equaled his total from all of last year. 5 hits off of lefties here this season. He had all of 6 last year. Spencer Medic going to make another trip out of bounds for the RailRiders. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. And Keaton Anthony coming up, who is the 9th man to hit here in the inning. Keaton, like Colby Thomas earlier this week on Wednesday, is the only Iron Pig not to reach base today. It's a lonely, lonely spot. 0 for 4. (11-1 Pigs). 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 6th, 4 more in the 7th. Two more waiting in the wings here. Keaton Anthony, 9th man to bat in the frame against the lefty Ryan, who came on relief of Hendry in the middle of this inning. First pitch, fastball thigh high, outside corner for a called strike. Brian, third base side of the mound, hands together just above the belt, slings it home, a breaking ball down and in, a ball and a strike. One pitch. Keaton scoops it on the line into left for another base hit. Pham trots on home to score. Stopping at third is Rincones, and Keaton Anthony does join in on the fun. It's an RBI single. 12-1 Pigs in a 5-run 7th inning. It batted around, and Carter Keyboom, who began this whole mess with a solo homer, will bat for the second time this inning. Anthony not being held on at first. First pitch to Keyboom, he gets way under to pop-up. Shallow center field, Volpe going out, Dominguez coming in. Right fielder Fernandez as well, calls everybody off. Cutting across, he makes the catch, retires Keyboom, and the inning over. But not before the Pigs score 5 times. Carter Keyboom starts it with a homer. Tommy Pham drives in 2 more. And the Pigs in total 5 in the frame take a 12-1 lead as we go to the 8th. Here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
That's not going to convince anyone. Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar with great Coke taste. Some people are excited about this, some are skeptical. And none of this noise is going to convince you that Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste, because the only thing that will make you believe that is trying it yourself. No, that's yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Squad update presented by Ashley. Pigs have blown this thing wide open. 12-1. Lehigh Valley leads after 7. Speaking of games that have been lopsided tonight, Memphis all over Durham. 12-2 Redbirds lead in the top of the night. Buffalo leads Worcester 6-2, top 9 in that one, while Rochester leads Charlotte by 3. 5-2 Red Wings in the top of the night there. Top 7 back in a quasi-doubleheader between Syracuse and Jacksonville. Jumbo should lead it 7-0. 4-1 Columbus ahead of Omaha, bottom 8 there. On the bottom of the 7, 9-1 Louisville. Running away with things against Toledo. 9-0 Nashville doing the same type of thing against Indianapolis, top 6 there. College from earlier today and tonight, Jacksonville won the resumption of the suspended game against Syracuse yesterday. 4-2 Jumbo Shrimp took that one, while the Norfolk Tides down the Gwinnett Stripers 6-2. Iowa and St. Paul rained out to play a doubleheader tomorrow. Pigs up 12-1. Go top 8. Here's Sam Jelnick.
Thank you, Jack. Like you said, Iron Pigs an 11-run lead as we go to the top of 8th. It's 12-1 Iron Pigs. Iron Pigs with 5 in the last of the 7th. Send Kyle Backus to the mound for the top 8th. As Tank coming out to meet with the home plate umpire, Darius Gotti. So the Pigs have had some positional changes, or is there an issue here with Backus on the card? It's still defensively the same for the Pigs here, as Gabe Rincones is still in red. He's just hiked his socks up. Pretty sure Stuart Baroa didn't place him out there. No, that's still Gabe. Actually, that's Tommy Pham in right. And yeah, we've now got Otto Kemp in left. So we do get a defensive change here as Kyle Backus, the new arm in the mound for the Pigs, slings one home for a called strike on Anthony Volpe. Otto Kemp into the game. He's playing left field. He's going to bat in the spot vacated by Gabe Rincones, who doubled last inning. So hopefully this is nothing more than, today was supposed to be Gabe's day off anyways. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. So get him off his feet after he got a couple extra plate appearances. Pham moves over to right, now Kemp in left. So left to right in the outfield, Kemp, Thomas, and Tommy Pham. Kyle Backus making his 15th appearance for the Pigs, 0-1 with a 3.77 ERA. Oh, 2. Volpe takes. It's outside. A ball, 2 strikes. Backus against the top of the order here, his second appearance of the week. Through a scoreless inning on Wednesday. Pitch to Volpe, called strike 3. Front hip to sinker, got it back to the edge, gets Volpe looking. 1 away to begin the 8th. It's been a pretty thorough route for the Iron Pigs here. Volpe's homer in the 3rd got Scranton on the board, but 3 in the 4th for the Pigs gave them the lead, and they have scored now 12 unanswered. 1 out, nobody on for Jason Dominguez. It's 0 for 3. Takes the pitch inside, a ball, no strikes. One-0. Heater inside corner, a ball, and a strike. Backus, the spindly 6'4", 185-pound lefty, long, lanky fella. Comes to a crossfire set. Fires home, the 1-1, down at the knees, 1-2. Looks like the RailRiders are getting Christian Bethencourt, who is kind of their designated position player to pitch. Loose out in the bullpen as this ball grounded to 3rd. It's right off the 3rd base bag and into shallow left. Keyboom was going to surround it, but Dominguez steals a base hit as it deflects off the bag. So a 1 out base hit for Scranton. For those unclear on the defensive change for the Pigs to begin the inning, Otto Kemp will replace Gabe Rincones and hit in Gabe's spot. And Gabe had previously replaced Felix Reyes. So Kemp hits in the 3-hole. Tommy Pham moves from left to right field. Pitch home to Max Schumann, bends him back a little bit. Schumann a bunt base hit his last time up. 12-1 Iron Pigs, top of the 8th. Interesting thing with Bethencourt warming out in the bullpen for Scranton is that he does double a bit as a position player who also pitches, not just as, somebody who lobs it in. 1-0 pitch, Schumann, soft line drive left field. Kemp a couple steps back, is there to make the catch. Baseball finds you off the bench. Otto puts it away, 2 gone in the 8th. The Padres tried to turn Bethencourt into a true 2-way player a couple of years back. Didn't really work all that much. It was 2016, 2017. Made 6 appearances in the big leagues. Oakland and the Rays tried it in 2022 and 2023. He hasn't appeared in a big league game to pitch since then. First pitch to J.C. Escarra. Belt-high fastball, first strike. 12-1 Iron Pigs, top of the 8th. I don't think Bethencourt will really be firing it in there, but you can count on him to at least be close to the plate. He's always had one of the strongest arms as a catcher. Escarra waits out the breaking ball, launches it high in the air to right. Pham, very nonchalant, settles under it, makes the catch, feet planted, barely had to move. Escarra retired and the inning over. It's a scoreless 8th for Kyle Backus. We go bottom 8. Last hacks for the Pigs. They're up 12-1 here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This Saturday from 1 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the 12-hour sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture, all the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now and pay later with Ashley's no interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving away prizes every hour. Big savings, big giveaways, and one big day to shop. Don't miss the 12-hour sale this Saturday only at Ashley.
Bottom of the 8th, IronPigs with a 12-1 lead on the RailRiders, and a pitching change to tell you about. Christian Bethencourt, position player, will come on to pitch for Scranton as they are down 12-1. This pitching change brought to you by Lehigh Valley Chimney, keeping the valley safe, one chimney at a time. So Bethencourt, who we had mentioned, does have some big league pitching experience, also throws pretty frequently down here in the minors. Pitched a couple times when he was with the Iowa Cubs this season. 2 appearances with Iowa, 2 2/3 scoreless. He just lobs this first one in and misses to Colby Thomas. Colby 0 for 3 with a walk. Bethencourt lobs, Thomas swings and hits a fly ball left field. Coming in for it, Schumann. Cam Sundrit puts it away. Thomas the first out of the 8th. IronPigs 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 6th, and 5 in the 7th. Tommy Pham has driven in 6, star of the game. Here's Dylan Moore, back-to-back doubles, and he might have a 3rd straight double here as he lines it down the left field side. Down for a base hit, it goes to the wall. Moore on his way into second, and he will be there standing with yet another 2-base hit. Good job by Dylan, not taking this all too seriously. Gets the pitch, lobs in, just rips it. Guys can psych themselves out a little bit when a position player's on the mound, thinking about, finding a perfect pitch to hit, trying to time it up and everything. Sometimes you just gotta kind of wiffle ball it and just swing as hard as you can. There's Paul McIntosh. Paul has been on base 4 times today without a hit. Swings the first pitch here, hits a fly ball left center field. Over for Dominguez, center fielder. Makes the catch. Tires McIntosh. 2 gone in the 8th. Brings up Robert Moore. Moore will bat from the left side here. A lot of times switch hitters might have a preferred side that they have against the position player who lobs it, which it's surprising for Moore that it's the left side given that he's a natural right-hander. He's homered from the left side of the plate already today. 2-run shot. Bethencourt slings the first one home at 90. Missing down low. That's not nice. IronPigs saw this earlier this year when Edinson Duran did this when he was pitching for Scranton as a position player earlier this year. The pitch home is an ethos. It is in for a strike. What the Pigs took exception to about it is if you're going to be a position player who pitches, then just is now Bethencourt trying to sidearm it, and he hits Moore in the back. So he can get boos rained down on him. But if you're going to be a position player on the mound pitching, you either got to commit to either throwing hard or lobbing it. You can't be oscillating between it back and forth because ABS is turned off for this. It's implied that at this juncture of the game, this isn't real baseball anymore. First pitch, Tommy Pham. This is down the dirt for ball 1. So if you're going to treat it as most pitches like it's not real baseball, you can't just wind up and fire one in there. 1-0 pitch, down and away. Pham, a good eye. Ball 2. Pham with 6 RBIs in the game, a chance to tie the IronPigs record, if not break it. 2-0 pitch, and Bethencourt fires it straight to the backstop. And uncertain, but Moore and Moore will both advance on the wild pitch. So a base hit for Pham could give him the IronPigs single game record. The pitch home. It's lobbed in for a called strike. Pham thought it was ball 4. Not so fast. 3-1, and it's completely lobbed. Pham thought about taking a hack at it. It's a called strike, and Pham looks aghast back at Darius Gotti because that pitch wasn't even close. 3-2, Bethencourt tries to fire it home this time. It's down and away at 91, ball 4, and Pham does walk. And I wonder if Pham's going to take exception to that. Bethencourt lobbing it in like that and then throwing 90. Kind of, don't want to call it the B word, but it's a little bush. First pitch to Stuart Baroa. It's a hard grounder through the whole right side for a base hit. Coming home to score is Moore. That'll make it 13-1. Everybody plays station to station. The bases stay loaded for Otto Kemp. So second RBI of the day for Stewart off the bench. First pitch to Otto Kemp. Swings and lines into third, speared by Hardman. A step to his left, puts it away, and the inning over. IronPigs, though, do tack on one more. So we go to the ninth. It's 13-1 Pigs. 3 outs away from the victory here on the Pigs Radio Network. Presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
Chick-fil-A is a proud sponsor of the Lehigh Valley IronPigs. Download the whole new made of Chick-fil-A with the Chick-fil-A One app. Earn points towards rewards with every qualifying purchase. And save time on ordering ahead or curbside pickup, drive-thru, and delivery. You can even place catering orders for your large events through the app. Download now at the App Store. Chick-fil-A, Chick-fil-A One. It's always our pleasure to serve you.
Not everyone knows. The utility only delivers your electricity and natural gas. IGS Energy gives you the power to choose not only your rate, but also your source. Because while energy runs your gadgets, appliances, heat and air, straightforward fixed-rate plans from IGS Energy can also fuel your peace of mind. It's why we're trusted by millions of households across the USA, and the official energy provider of your Lehigh Valley IronPigs. Explore your energy choices at IGS.com.
Listening to the IronPigs Radio Network.
Top of the ninth, IronPigs 3 outs away from their third win in 4 tries this week against the Scranton Wilkes-Barre RailRiders. It's 13-1 IronPigs. Max Lazar going to try to get the final 3 outs here. Is not a safe situation as normal for Max, but gonna get some work in here. Lazar 4-1 with a 4.94 ERA. Second appearance of the week. IronPigs with 1 more in the bottom of the 8th. So they score 3 in the 4th, 4 in the 6th, 5 in the 7th, and 1 in the 8th. 13 unanswered runs as of the moment. It'll be Cabrera, Fernandez, and Garver due up against Max. Lazar making his 21st appearance, 23 2/3 innings, 22 strikeouts. First pitch to Cabrera is found at. Right now, the loss for Scranton would go to Adam Kloffenstein. The win for the Pigs to Brian Keller. No save in this one. Lazar winds and deals. Cabrera swings and misses. Splitter down the dirt. 0-2. Cabrera 1 for 3 with a base hit in the 7th. (0-2) on Cabrera. Got people asking, will these wins by the Pigs potentially knock Scranton out of a postseason spot? It's too early to tell. Pitches down the dirt to Cabrera, 2-2. Right now, Scranton, a little bit of a tailspin. This would be their 7th loss in their past 9. And right now, as play began today, Cabrera swats it down the left field side. Out of play, 1-2. They're 1 game back of Indianapolis, with Worcester only ahead of them. It's more likely these games will put Scranton in a bind, potentially. 1-2. Cabrera out in front, chops it to the backstop. It will make it, a bit more of an uphill climb. Now, when these two teams meet in September in Moosic, the Pigs have a real chance to play spoiler then. It just remains to be seen. 1-2, off the end of the bat, scraped to the backstop. Whether or not Scranton is, holding their own destiny at that point, or if they're, desperate for wins against the Pigs to keep them in the hunt. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Got him chasing the knuckle curve in the dirt. McIntosh, a good block. Tags out Cabrera. 1 away to begin the 9th. Brings up Yanquiel Fernandez. 1 for 3. Today's action. Lazar winds and deals. Fernandez lays off. Fastball just tailing outside corner. A ball, no strikes. Infield swings around to the pull side. Lazar to the plate. Fernandez off the hand, slices it down the left field side. Out of play. Lazar, first base side of the rubber, stares over his brown glove, kicks and deals. Fernandez off the hands again, sends it into the seats. 1-2. The series continues tomorrow, where the Pigs will have a chance for a series victory. Alan Ronhell is Brendan Beck. Should be a pretty sterling pitching matchup. A 6:35 first pitch. Lazar's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lazar. Dials it up to 94. Strikes out Fernandez. 2 away in the 9th. Last hope for Scranton will be, well, the new guy, Mitch Garver. Garver 0 for 2 with a walk in his RailRiders debut today. Lazar to the plate. Garver takes, cutter right down the middle. No balls and a strike. 13 runs, 12 hits, no errors for the Pigs. 1 run, 7 hits, 1 error for the RailRiders. 0-1, Garver hacks on and misses. Fastball up and out of the zone. It's 0-2. On a day where the Pigs have been nearly dominant from start to finish, Lazar a chance to strike out the side to end it. 13-1 Pigs, top of the 9th. Tommy Pham a grand slam, drives in 6. Brian Keller, 5 innings, a 1-run ball. Lazar for the finish, the 0-2. Garver swings, it's a high fly ball. Deep left center field, Thomas and Kemp back to the track at the wall. It's off the base of the fence. Karams all the way back into shallow left center. Garver will trot into second base, and he'll be content with his first hit with Scranton, a double. Lazar tried to get him to chase the high fastball again, and he did. It was up out of the zone, but he got to it. Garver off the bat, I'm not sure if he thought if it was out of here or just, he put the head down and trotted there, but it's a weird response by him at the plate. Runner in scoring position for Ernesto Martinez. Still 2 outs, top of the 9th. Lazar fires home. Martinez off the end of the bat, a fly ball, shallow right. Tommy Pham coming in. Tommy Pham under it, he puts it away. And fitting, the guy who drives in 6 with a grand slam gets the final out of the game as he puts the squeeze on Martinez's fly ball, and the ball game is over. The final score, it's the Iron Pigs 13 and the RailRiders 1. Pigs hit their second grand slam of the week. Pham drives in 6. Keller allows just 1 run over 5 innings of work. And the Pigs have taken 3 of 4 from Scranton to start the series. We'll go ahead, take a break, and come back with totals and a recap next on the Staybridge Suites Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.
This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., it's the $2 sale event at Ashley Furniture. Save up to 70% off all Ashley Furniture on the styles you've been waiting for. Shop now or go on with Ashley's no interest financing. Plus, enjoy free delivery on your purchase. Yes, free delivery. And that's not all. We're giving away prizes every week. Big savings, big giveaways, and one big day to shop. Don't miss the $2 sale this Saturday. Ashley.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued
Baseball is brought to you by name and rights partner presenting winner Capital Blue Cross. Now it's time for the Staybird Suites
Welcome in to the Staybird Suites, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show. Sam Jelinek with you here from the Cyan Sky broadcast booth. It's the IronPigs down at Scranton Wilkes-Barre 13-1. The final score, IronPigs, just a great performance tonight. Score 13 unanswered runs. As Brian Cutler, 5 innings of 1-run baseball. Tommy Pham drives in 6, and the Pigs have taken 3 of 4 from Scranton to begin the week. Let's get you totals to recap real quick before Jack Heim will have you for the rest of the Staybird Suites, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show. This ball game early for the Pigs, it was a little bit frustrating. Brian Kettler was solid on the mound with 2 scoreless, but Adam Kloffenstein was giving up base runners to the Pigs, but they couldn't figure him out. Pigs had 2 on to begin both the first and the third innings, but ended up leaving multiple runners on base both times. They saw Anthony Volpe hit a solo homer to start the scoring for Scranton in the third, but the Pigs finally answered back in the fourth. Carter Keyboom scoring on a wild pitch to tie the game. That opened the floodgates. Robert Moore with a 2-run homer made it 3-1. Brian Keller wrapped up his day with 5 innings of 1-run ball, putting up zeros in the fourth and fifth. Once he was out, the Pigs' bats got going. They scored 4 times in the sixth. It's Tommy Pham with a grand slam before they opened it up with 5 in the seventh and 1 more in the eighth, with Pham driving in 6 runs in total, reaching base 5 times, part of a 3-hit, 2-walk game. And the Pigs victorious 13-1, final score here on Friday night. Final line score for the Pigs, 13 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They leave 11 on base. For Scranton, 1 run, 8 hits, 1 error. They leave 7 on base. The winning pitcher is Brian Kettler. Finally, his first win as an IronPig. Seems crazy given how well he's pitched that this is only his first win. But Kettler, now 1-3, throws 5 innings of 1-run baseball, doesn't walk anybody. Kettler strikes out 3, gives up 4 hits. The loss to Adam Kloffenstein. Kloffenstein now 2-9, his second loss of the year against the IronPigs. No save required in this one as we started at 6:46, finished at 9:35. Time of game, 2 hours and 49 minutes, in front of a 10,000 capacity sellout crowd here on Friday night at Coca-Cola Park. With the victory, the Pigs improved to 21-22 on the second half, 56-62 overall, while Scranton falls to 25-16 in the second half, 62-53 on the season. The Pigs have taken 3 of 4 to begin the series, guaranteeing themselves at least a series split. Pigs will go for the series win tomorrow evening, 6:35 first pitch against Scranton, as it's Alan Ronhell with a 3-5 ERA, 3-5 record, 4.22 ERA, makes his return after being optioned on Monday from the Phillies. Against Brendan Beck, right now I think the presumptive International League Pitcher of the Year, Beck 9-2 with a 2.66 ERA for Scranton. First pitch at 6:35. Pre-game show hits the airwaves at 6:05. That'll be the next time that I talk to you, as I'll about do it for my portion of the broadcast here on Friday night. As always, big thanks from me to you for making us a part of your Friday evening. Big thanks to Jack Heim back in the studio, keeping me company for this one. Big thanks to our partners who make IronPigs baseball possible. Our naming rights partner, Coca-Cola, presenting partner, Capital Blue Cross, and founding partners, Air Products, Service Electric, Lehigh Valley Health Network, a part of Jefferson Health, B-Braun, The Morning Call, and WFMZ, Channel 69 News. I'll talk to you tomorrow for Game 5 of the series. Until then, your final score here tonight, the Pigs rout the RailRiders 13-1. Brian Keller the win, Tommy Pham the grand slam, drives in 6. Talk to you tomorrow. As always, thanks so much for listening. I've been Sam Jelinek. Jack Heim has you the rest of the way here on the Staybird Suites, Allentown Bethlehem Airport postgame show here on the Pigs Radio Network, presented by Ashley, the largest furniture store brand in North America.